Oh God, I can't be racist. Oh fuck.
Yeah, try to
Yeah.
resist the urge.
Yeah, don't
Oh
say
man, you
anything
guys are
that'll make
lovely
Twitch bad.
neighbors.
I feel
But
like I know what clip you're referring to, and I don't like it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't.
I
What?
don't either, but I'm sure it's funny. But
Give me your stream.
Twitch.tv/Kaiju Corner.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. Let's see. Put in the general chat.
It's a Kaiju Corner blog spot. Is this yours too?
Probably not.
Okay.
Found it.
All right, did you already post a link to it in the chat?
No,
I
not
see
yet. Sorry.
twitch.tv/Totless.
Here.
I'm watching it.
I'm watching Zach watch a stream.
Okay.
Oh God.
Do
Ad
you have 2
infinitum.
monitors?
Alrighty.
Oh God, his stream's going infinite.
No, it's not.
Infinite.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Yep, making sure everyone can. Yep, it seems to be looking at this. All right. So I guess we'll actually get started with conducting games. With how my screen is, for anyone who's actually watching the stream, if you type anything into the Twitch chat, I cannot be able to see it, so I won't be able to interact with any of you guys. But still, feel free to type in chat. But yeah, all right. And so, yep, just as you just gave a little, what's the word?
Summary.
Summary of the last session. You guys wake up in basically the hut of the married couple that you guys helped, and it is a brand new day here in Chult, Port Naranzaru. And as you guys wake up, it's actually starting to storm outside. You're not quite sure how long you guys slept into the day. Probably not too late, as the city is still bustling about, still very productive despite the heavy rain and the lightning and the thunder. There's plenty of tarps covering majorities of the city streets. But yeah, you guys wake up and it is a brand new day. What do currently the four of you guys, what is your next course of actions?
So Gasa is gonna go out and just sort of like stand in the rain a little bit. And she's just sort of like up there like looking towards the sky as she lets the raindrops hit her face, while the others are still getting ready and waking up for the day.
Alrighty. Yeah, some of you guys you have some eccentric quirks about you, but I digress. What do the three of you others? Is there anything else you guys do as part of a waking up ritual?
Waking up ritual, get up, start doing some push-ups, do sit-ups, start making some rice and chicken.
Well, you don't have the
day off right.
you don't have the luxury of doing that last part. These guys.
Oh God, he's doing CrossFit.
You guys currently
Gotta do
ate the last
CrossFit.
of these people's food.
Gotta do those kip-ups. I don't know why they do kips everything, but they kip everything.
All right. I'm back now.
Coolly.
You left?
Yeah, I had my mother come down to tell me more info about my uncle.
Then you might have not heard we're streaming right now, so try not to dox yourself.
It's fine. My address is.
I live at 123 Go Fuck Yourself Road.
So yeah,
morning rituals? Not much. Annette will kind of just wake up, look about, see everybody's still alive, and be happy.
Yep. It's a good
Ain't dead
day to
yet.
wake up alive.
Don't worry. Be happy.
But
So,
You better wait,
yes.
homie. You about to hear my accent soon.
and can we get like a recap of what happened last time?
Sure. The individual Gasa and Bob sailed to the port of Port Naranzaru in the land of Chult, where you guys had to meet with a individual by the name of Sildra. You met Ziggs and Anadi, and you guys essentially were sort of grouped up on a uh, cool quest to try to save the world from this thing called the Death Cult. Not Death Cult. The Death Curse. It's the land of Chult. I almost called it. But yeah, Death Curse, which is making people's souls disappear when they die, so no one's making it to the afterlife. It's got everyone real freaked out, dead or roaming kind of unimpeded. Anyone who was brought back from the dead, they're now slowly starting to die again. Um, People aren't sure what's causing it, other than something called the Soulmonger. No one knows what it is, what it does. They just know it's somewhere here in Chult. So you guys were kind of grouped up to essentially sent out to go and find it. You all, of course, have your own reasons for being here as well. Those are more private, though. And as you guys were going about the city, trying to essentially find funds, find information about the town and the jungle. You come across some people who need your help. One of them was a dude who was falsely accused of a crime that was going to be sent to Executioner's Run, which is essentially a gauntlet you have to run while being chased by wild animals. And if you live, you get to go free. You guys self sacrificially volunteered one of yourselves to take his place and perform the run. You didn't die, and so both of y'all lived. They thanked you by offering to give you some money and letting you stay the night at their place, which you guys accepted. I think you guys even gave back their money because they're pretty poor individuals,
Correct.
and I believe at some point you guys went to the barkeep of one of the inns, talked to him for a little bit, met the half orc cleric who's looking for an escort. You guys said you would think about helping her, and I think that's really about the gist of it. And yeah, this is the next day. You guys wake up after doing all of that. And so after your morning rituals of whatever that all entails for each of you, uh, everyone is now awake, and now you're coming up with plans on what uh, essentially you're going to do today.
Right. So I was really reading through the notes again. We were told by Grundle, the dwarven barkeep at the Thundering Dinosaur, that Fort Bellerun is looking for help,
Yeah.
which would be a little bit more official. But we could also go talk to Kalua the bookie, who needs aid in collecting debts.
I mean, personally, I think we should be able to do both of those today, possibly. We do the booking, possibly, and then we make our way over to the camp. Not the camp, the fortress. That's what it's called.
I'm not sure that we know where Kalua is. If we heard about it, I don't have it in my notes.
I'm pretty
Um,
sure I might know.
well, you know that Grundle knows this person, so you could probably ask him for more information about where to find her.
Probably talk to
And
Grundle.
and y'all know where to find him.
Yeah, let's ask some questions.
All right. So you guys head off, bid the happy couple adieu. They thank you some more for saving one of their lives. As you guys head back to the Thundering Dinosaur Tavern, which just seems to never be, it's a never ending party there of people always being rowdy. But you guys walk in, most of the people kind of just ignoring you, and you head back up to Grundle. He gives you a very hearty hello as he's like interacting with other people at the bar. And as you guys come walking in, there's an individual there who is seemingly trying to make friends of some sort, but he takes notice of the four of you as you guys come walking in, and
Don't look at him.
you
Don't look at him.
the four individuals seem to be right up this individual's alley. They seem to be the kind of people that he is looking for. And so let's go ahead and get Darren, our new player, to sort of
Ooh.
describe his character.
All right. So standing in front of you is a very tall, burly man, about 6'3" in stature, wide, broad shoulders, very strong-looking individual, covering himself in a brown overcoat and a bluish undershirt that runs all over his arms. You can't really see his arms, but you can see his hands, and they are very large hands, very gnarled hands. He's wearing what seems to be a cloak under the coat that hides his legs, but you can see that he is wearing regular dress boots, and there's nothing too terribly conspicuous about him. He's mostly covered, but he does have a very large, telling brown beard, very well kept. And his name, you may find out if you ask him.
What race are you?
I'm a human.
So yeah, as you guys are walking in, possibly heading make a straight line to Grundle, one or some of y'all may notice this individual kind of staring you down pretty hard. Not in a intimidating sort of way, just in a casually checking you guys out. And as such, Alexander, you came here for your own personal reasons,
Mhm.
attached with certain people, and you were told to find people who may be of assistance, people who are commonly referred to as adventurers. You kind of notice adventurers are described by their sort of very wild, quote unquote, uniforms that they may wear of just haphazard gear. And all these individual seem to meet the description of
I look very.
adventurers. And
I
so,
look very.
do you do anything to sort of interact or address them to you?
Well, question: Do we?
Yes.
He notices us. We notice him.
Possibly notice him.
Well, oh, okay, never mind.
He's not doing anything to draw attention to himself currently, other than he's just kind of, quote unquote, being friendly to other people.
Making conversation.
Yeah.
Would I know that's different in this type of town?
Not really. As I've
Fair
said,
enough.
Chult is a pretty mostly friendly city. Everyone's very commutative with each other, for the most
Alright.
part.
Then he doesn't stick it.
Maybe
Well,
just a little bit.
But these
Well-
individuals, they seem to be marching straight in, heading right to the bar, and go to start associating with the barkeep, who you probably also know. His name is Grundle. He's a grungy-looking little dwarf. And does Alexander do anything?
Alex, I will. Let's see. I'll saddle up to the bar, just about a couple feet away.
All right,
Kind of watch him for a bit.
you saddle up to the bar with them, and as you guys get close to the bar, Grundle, he gives you the "Hello, gents," and he's fixing drinks and stuff, dealing with customers. He's like, "What can I do you for?"
G'day, Grundle. We're looking for that individual who might need some help.
Oh,
The one, the bookie.
Oh, you mean Kalua?
Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, she works down at the dinosaur races.
I'm
And he
trying
kinda-
to remember where that is.
He gives you a rough
Number 25. It's all the way down here.
directions. Yeah, all the way down into the the Anchorage section of town. It shows she works out in there. She sort of is a money collector, slash bruiser. You know, she kind of kicks people out when they get too much for themselves. But as I said, her name's Kalua. She's actually a halfling, but don't let her size uh, fool you. She's quite handy in most circumstances. And he gives you a a fairly decent description of her, so you feel like you could pick her out in a crowd.
Ah. Grundle?
Much appreciated.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not a
gonna-
problem.
I'm going to turn my head over and notice the only individual I'm assuming in this bar wearing an overcoat, considering the weather.
Yeah, probably.
Gasa is going to ask to see the breakfast menu.
He goes, "There's only really one thing here in the breakfast menu." And he kind of points up to a sign that says ale.
All right, she'll pass. She needs something more filling than that.
Yeah, it's too much carbs in that.
Mate, you might want to take off that coat. You're bloody going to start sweating soon.
You talking to me?
I don't think I see anyone else wearing an overcoat.
Right. Funny you should say that. I quite enjoy the coat.
You might not once we get into the jungle. Well, not we. I don't know where you go. Anyway.
I wasn't planning on going much of anywhere today, I suppose.
Well, it is kind of custom around here to enjoy yourself with a midday ale, and I will sit down at the bar next to whoever this individual is. 2, and 1 for me, 1 for him.
All right, you order up 2 ales. Grundle is like 2 gold pieces as he pours you guys a healthy mug of ale.
Oh, Grundle, come on. It's me, man.
Yeah, it's fine. 1 gold piece.
Okay, I was about to say I'll pass him my gold, but I suppose if that works.
Well, you can still pay the man, and I take my swig.
Yeah, okay, I'll push forward 1 gold piece.
Alrighty.
Oof,
Yeah.
still riding that line with 1 silver, baby.
So Natty's making friends. What are the 3 of you guys doing?
Gasa is going to go try to find a place with actual breakfast.
All right. Grundle, he does fill you
And
in
I
that
will follow.
there are a couple places to find breakfast, quote unquote. You can go to random street people who are just cooking food to sell, pretty much like hobo kitchens. And of
Yeah,
course,
that is probably what Gasa will do. She'll just go to like the most fragrant stall.
Yep. But he also tells you that down by the dinosaur races, since that dinosaurs are also basically livestock here, there's a bunch of people down there, butcher shops, and so people who were serving up some pretty fresh stuff down there as well. But as you guys, at whatever point you guys leave this bar, it's not very hard to find someone who's selling food, mostly fruit. But yeah, you find someone, maybe slip them a few silver or copper pieces, depending on how much food you want to buy, and get yourself a light breakfast.
Yep. Gotta look for that protein. Eat it.
Never enough protein.
Gotta get them gains.
Yeah, I'll spend 2 silver pieces on a hearty breakfast.
All right, that'll give you like 2 fresh little apples.
Hey, Jesus.
Dude, that's expensive. What the fuck?
Oh, that's right.
Swords
had
are
to pay-
cheap. There are weapons cheaper than those apples.
That's right. This is a 10 by 10.
Bro, we had to
So,
pay him gold for a fucking ale.
That's what I'm about to say.
It's gotta be good fucking ale.
You guys get you find
Tastes
your,
like piss as always, Grundle. Thanks.
you're like, not a problem. All right, so the 2 silver pieces
I
you
think
do.
Grundle just saw an outsider's like, oh, prices go up.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly
Yeah,
what
he ain't the only one that does that. New faces, new money. But yeah, you guys finish up chilling out at the bar.
Well, first,
Yeah.
what's your name?
Name's Alexander, friend. What's yours?
Oh, I'm a natty. I'm the people's look. Everybody knows me. Everybody might look.
Well, not to offend, but first I've heard of you.
You don't look local.
Yeah.
Got
Local,
him.
I'm about as local as they come.
He doesn't look local, does he?
He doesn't look like a natural born Chultian, but that
Okay.
doesn't mean that he can't be local.
Mm,
It's all lies.
Nope. About as local as they come, even if I don't look the part. I wouldn't say born, but I was most definitely raised here.
oh,
Member of
what
the
part?
Order of the Gauntlet.
Oh,
Most of my life.
I see. You're part of the guards around here.
You
I'm
could
putting
say that.
heavy quotations around.
Self-appointed, perhaps.
Well, are you all faithful and all that then?
There's a bit of faith in me.
Can you do anything like cool with your faith? I know some people can use some weird magics.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
And then he's gonna kind of like lean in closer and be like, "Oh yeah, like what?"
Well, it's not like I can't just do it,
Ah, I understand. You know, happens to every gentleman. And I'll clap him on the shoulder.
Listen, all right. I can show you, I guess. Like I can't do it on my own.
Now, don't make it weird now.
I mean,
That's when you find
we
out.
all
like,
get stage fright sometimes.
Listen, I understand. If you want to find a place that's a little bit more private, perhaps I came on a little too strong.
You're not understanding me. I can't just like snap my fingers and make magic appear.
Oh,
Oh, I can. And Gossa snaps her fingers and makes magic appear.
and Maddie's gonna like throw his hand over to the side and be like, eh.
Listen, okay.
Lights appear above her
you,
head.
what's your name?
Oh, Gossa. And she extends a hand.
I'll clasp the hand lightly because I have large hands. Alexander.
Do you have like calloused hands?
Yes.
She takes a hold of your hand and she sort of like traces her fingers over it like gingerly. It's like fascinating. And then she lets it go.
All right. So do you want me to show you what I mean?
I mean, do you feel more comfortable if we did it in private? Or
I'd feel more comfortable if we didn't do it in an enclosed space.
Oh,
Like perhaps on the street.
fair enough.
Oh.
I
The
mean,
pub performance, all right.
may as well.
all
I
right.
can dig it.
I take a final like last gulp of my ale, and I'd go out the door onto the street.
I follow. I'm interested in this individual now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I definitely want to see this.
All right, so you guys all head out into the street.
Yep. Okay. Which one of you is the strongest of your bunch?
I look at Bob.
Strongest in what
Physicality.
Well,
physicality?
you either have the
Like
shirtless
strength or like
ripped man
health?
or the big bustly orc.
Listen, whoever of you think is the strongest, wrestle the other one.
Wrestle the
Gossa,
other.
Gossa squares off with Bob.
Hey now.
Shit gets serious when Gossa throws hands.
No, she says back.
I mean,
I'm always down to wrestle.
you probably are like possibly physically stronger. I'm more than confident in that.
Just one of you just try to restrain the other, and we can get this thing moving. Okay.
All right, I will put him in a headlock.
Okay.
All right, so
I will
Ziggs puts
team
Bob.
of the headlock like a wrestler.
All right. So you're grappling him, right?
Yes.
Okay. When he gets grappled, I'm going to use liberating step.
Oh.
Fun.
All right. So as soon as you go to grapple and put Bob into a headlock, some kind of force knocks your arm away, and you are forced to free Bob.
You also feel like a wind around you that makes you feel as though you can move farther and faster.
Awesome.
If he tries to step away at all, I'm going to reaction and try and grab him again.
I take my tactical opportunity and draw my great axe.
Let's see.
Well, I mean, it kind of looked like you helped him let him go. Is that about
You
it?
could, yeah.
Now does that only work if it's like humanoid on humanoid, or does it also work on like traps?
It works if like someone's like trying to grab at you, or like someone's trying to hit you, and it might hurt a little bit. So
So
listen,
no
it's not
more
like
grab axe.
it's not like I'm conjuring fire out of my fucking hands, okay? It's a little bit of divine protection.
I mean, listen, we're sorry if we're making fun of your piddly magics, but I won't deny that perhaps that skill might be useful. You see, we got to be going about and collecting some funds, and some people might not want to get rid of them, and they might get handsy. So that could come in useful. What'd y'all
Tax
say?
collector?
I'm
Yeah.
fine with it.
All right,
Sounds
everybody.
fun, man.
This is Alexander, because he didn't get a chance to introduce himself to you all.
Hi, I'm Alexander.
What's up, Bob?
And I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I hear your name get said, it triggers a response because that's my actual name.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, Zig. You're Zig. You don't got to worry about it.
You don't have a real name anymore. You're just Zig.
Yep.
It's my dead name. It's fine.
I mean, if you want, you can call Alexander Ghost. That's what I've been calling him since before we got here. Anyway. Well, we are on our way to the dinosaur pens. Come on with us. And I'll actually just, clasp my arm around his shoulders and start walking in the direction of the dino pens.
All right.
Okay. I'm a little too flustered to like stop him. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Can I make a power check to see if it's like he's attracted to me fluster?
It's not attracted flustered. It's like what is going on kind of flustered.
Welcome to the family, son. Crap.
Oh goodness. But yeah, after a little bit of rough housing, you guys begin to make your way across the city all the way down to the dino pens. And as you guys get there, sort of the scent of the smell of the refuge pit fades. In comes the smell of perfumes and fruits. And as you get closer to the pens, in comes the smell of.
Gossa definitely lingers around those smells. She might actually lag behind the group a little bit, sort of like taking everything in as she's going along.
Alrighty. And as you guys get closer to the pens, in comes the smell of like blood and manure. And you said Gossa was sort of lagging behind the group, taking in the smells. So as you do, you don't quite notice as someone comes stumbling up to you, and you don't really pay too much attention as they bump into you, as the streets are fairly crowded. This is a large city, a lot of people. People bump into other people. It's very common. However, as soon as this person bumps into you, they sort of like embrace you. They like grab at you frantically. And you're not sure if this person is manic or high, but they're off. They're twitchy. They can't seem to focus on something, but then they speak to you. They speak in a somewhat frightful voice almost. It was like, "Speak to the wise guardian of Orlunga. Speak to the serpent." And after he finishes the statement, he kind of just collapses on the ground in front of you.
Might want to check your pockets there.
Well, I mean, he's on the ground.
What does Gossa do?
Any of us like notice this happen?
Well, let BB do first.
Probably not, since Gossa is sort of lagging behind, and it is a roughly roughly crowded streets. So you guys probably are not aware of this happening at all. But what does Gossa do?
She doesn't let herself get split from the party.
All right.
But
So you're just kind
she,
of a few feet behind them?
yeah.
All right. So if you're that close, then whoever is in the quote unquote back of the group may notice uh, you essentially getting tackled. And I'm sure if someone startles you, you might have some kind of vocal response, like "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I'll if I would hear it, I would like turn around and be like, "Yo, what's going on?" and type of stuff.
All right, so you hear Gossa kind of let out a emote of surprise. You turn around and to see this random
Oh,
person
hello.
just holding her, and he he mutters a quick sentence at her, and then just seems to collapse onto the ground.
I'll look at Gus like, "Hey, are you all right? Did he take anything?"
Not that I've noticed. And she's going to uh, lower into a squat and sort of like look him over, check his pulse,
You get
rifle through
down.
his pockets.
Which are you doing first?
Yeah.
I'm checking for the pulse first.
All right, go ahead and give me I believe it's a medicine check.
Yep, I got some training, but not a lot of ability for it. Nope,
All
nope.
right. You're pretty sure this dude fell over dead as you reach down and you're like,
Oh shit.
he's dead.
Can't bite his pulse. Oh god.
Yep, yeah, I just look back up, I shrug. He's passed. And then I start rifling through his pockets.
You start rifling through his pockets and you don't find too much. You might find like maybe a quill and an ink set, just a small travel set, and then like a small pouch of some
Right.
coins.
How much coins?
He has currently on him 1 gold piece
Ooh.
and 3 silver pieces.
I've already paid for my breakfast.
And yeah, Ziggs, you just see Gaza squat down. This dude's dead, and just start jacking shit from his body.
I'm going to assume I don't see this.
Probably
So
not.
probably heading the group with
Yeah,
uh,
with
A natty.
Anabi. Yeah.
as they
Well,
continue on.
Anadi, since he's local-ish, local, he's definitely that type of person that waits for the people. So he can like see the tops of people ahead amongst the crowd, and then see Gossip like dip down and be like, "What the hell is she doing?" And then just wait here with like Alexander.
All right.
Yeah, she catches back up with the party. She's like, or with
good?
the front of the party. Yeah, somebody died.
Ow!
What?
Happens all the
Like,
time.
Yep.
like just died? Like,
He said something to me, but the GM didn't tell me what, so I don't know.
Oh, did you not hear
He
me?
did tell you.
I missed it.
Oh,
I blacked out.
He said, "Speak to the wise guardian of Oralunga. Speak to the serpent."
that's some ominous shit, bro.
How do you spell that, Oralunga?
Or whoop! I just looked it over. There it is. Oro. Whoops, that's a K. Oralunga.
Ah, I was right, except for one letter.
Do I know anything of Oralunga?
Yeah, can I attempt like a religion check or anything on that?
You guys can go ahead and give me a society check.
Society.
All of us, or just
Ah,
Well, he was the
I
one
will-
that asked.
I will pass. My society is 2.
mine is
Okay.
5, but I rolled dog shit.
All right.
Mine is 0.
Mine is pretty bad too.
Damn, none of y'all are social.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah. You're not sure what that is exactly, other than a name.
I mean, sounds like he might have just been slurring his words. Maybe there's like, different word that we say. Orangutan. Who knows?
And so Gaza has clearly stepped away from the body. Does Ziggs do anything? Or do you also just leave him there?
I mean, if he checked him for a pulse and he didn't feel any, so I'm not gonna mess with a dead body.
All right, so you guys
At least not one that I personally caused.
you guys just leave a possible random Ned guy there in the middle of the street, begin to walk away.
I have a feeling that this.
Shouldn't
this
we tell
sounds-
somebody something?
I mean, we could. I mean, wait. I'm gonna look over to Alexander. Would you tell someone?
Sorry?
Well, apparently somebody might have died, but
I'm not. I don't understand what you want me to do about it.
Well, I'm just asking. What's your opinion? Would you do something about it?
Is there like a
Well, I mean,
cleanup?
if he's dead, I suppose there's not much we can do about it, is there?
I
That's
mean,
exactly it.
I could always try and like punch start his heart, but I don't think that'll help.
Excuse me?
I suppose that is an option available to you.
Orcish
Perhaps
CPR.
not the wisest thing.
I wouldn't recommend it either.
Well, I mean, I'm not too worried about it. It's just, but if like group consensus, wants him not dead, I mean, I could try, but I'm not inclined to.
Has anybody actually checked to see if he's dead?
Gossa said she was dead. He was dead.
Yep.
Okay.
Like, I don't really have like a marriage to this issue. It's just like, do we just leave dead people laying around in the streets? Are we like,
All right, fine.
As you guys are
Is there a
taking
guard around here?
as you guys are taking all this time to discuss what to do with the dead body, someone casually peers over and sees this person kind of like slowly stagger up to his feet and kind of just look around, almost really confused, and then just walks about his day.
Well, look at that.
Oh.
He's right as rain.
Oh,
Wait.
Zombie.
With the knowledge that I have of this place because I was born here. It's an undead.
He does not seem to start mauling people, so you're pretty sure he's not a zombie.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
can I
I'm
call
gonna
out
give
to
him a
the
good,
dude?
strong, hard look.
Yeah,
I
you
just
go.
yell out to the guy going like, "Hey, dude, you zombie?"
No one knows who you're talking to, but you get a lot of looks when you say the word zombie just in a crowded street of people
hey.
sort of stop and
I'm-
cut to you.
Hey,
But,
it's just a joke. Somebody's drinking some ale. Bob, come on.
But Ziggs, as you watch this guy, he seems to just kind of be walking off about his day. You see him stop for a moment and sort of pat his pockets, and he starts feeling and rifling through them. He's like, "Shit!" And he starts looking around on the ground like he's dropped something.
And I'm like,
Casa starts moving.
he's fine. And just start like shooing people.
Exactly. Like I say, he's fine. Anyways, let's make our way.
Yep.
All right, so you guys begin to finish the trip down to the dinosaur pens, and as the smell
Weird day.
of blood and dinosaur manure kind of just fills the air, along with the sounds of roaring and cheering. And it doesn't take very long for you to find the dinosaur racing area. It's very crowded, very noisy. People, all kinds of partying over here. It's almost like Executioner's Run, except like a crowd 5 times as big. And as you guys kind of start drawing closer and mingling with the people, you can hear a somewhat petite feminine voice just sort of shouting, "I told you not to do that anymore." And you can see what appears to be someone being drug out of the crowd. And as it gets closer to like a less crowded area that you could get a better visual of, you can see this person sort of being drugged by their ear, almost like a grandma pulling their disobedient grandson out of the crowd, and this person's being led by a very disgruntled halfling. And she kind of just takes him and tosses him a couple feet as she, continues the momentum of carrying him out the crowd. It's like, "You're banned!" And she kind of stomps her feet, wipes her hands, and goes to walk back into the crowd. And from people who could see her, this she seems to fit the description of Kalua.
All right. Before she gets too far into the crowd, I'll call out to her and to try and get her attention.
She stops, begins to look around, and almost kind of squares up like she's ready to deck someone in the crotch. And then she kind of catches eyes with you. Is like, "Oi, what do you want? Do I know
Hey,
you?"
not yet anyway. That we were talking to Grunge and he said that you were looking for some help.
"Oi, oh, there is a job that I need some help with. Uh, I don't know if you'd be enough to help me with this job, though. Is it
Oh, it's
just
not just
you?"
nah. We got like what, a couple of us. You got somewhere where we could talk where it's not as loud?
Sure, sure. And she kind of motions you over to like the far side of the street to
All right.
maybe close to some alleyway. As the five of you guys kind of coalesce, and it's like, "Oh, there is a group of you. This could work." And she goes, "So Grundle told you I need help. Well, yeah, I guess you could say I need help recouping some money from someone. Uh, Dinosaur races are a big gambling ticket. People love to spend their money here. Uh, well, not all people like to pay, and I have I guess you can call them a client that has a hefty sum that they need to fork over that they're being very reluctant about, and I myself am not enough to get the money from this person. But if you guys could come help me collect this debt, I could cut you in on a slice of it."
Who's the person? What's the debt?
Uh, the individual's name is Taban, and she owes 500 gold pieces to the dinosaur races. Now, if you
Yeah.
guys help
Some.
help me recoup this debt, I can cut you in on say 10%, a nice 50 gold pieces.
Do you have a actual evidence that this debt is owed to you?
I
I'm
mean,
not a
what
good
do
at
you
betting
want?
thing, mate.
You want me to go get a receipt? I mean, I can.
That would be preferable.
Uh, all right. She kind of like rolls her eyes at you. Is like, "Wait here," and it takes her about 5 minutes. She disappears and comes back, and she has like one of those bookie tickets. Those, well, I guess she would actually have multiple bookie tickets of multiple bets made out to a Taban that have all come back in the red, that they have not made good on any of them.
Oh,
And
perfect. That's just what I needed to see. Thank you.
Bit of a question. Who exactly is this Tabon? What's his profession?
Her
she
profession.
she is a gladiator,
Sorry.
and
Oh,
she's one of the, I wouldn't say top tier of entertainment around here, but she's definitely at least low high or high middle tier. But anyways, yeah, she loves to gamble, and she hasn't made good on any of her debts. So
and that is going to kind of look a little suspicious that it's a little obvious to the rest of the party that he's looking this way. I'm a little curious then. You said you can't normally, always collect these debts on yourself, which means probably tried to send someone before.
oh yeah, we've sent a couple people to try to, I guess the word is, coerce Taban to hand over at least some of the money that she owes.
And how exactly did that go down?
Uh, Mostly broken noses and broken bones. None of them hers.
Hmm.
Right.
Mhm.
What about you
Sounds like
guys?
a niche
I'm
color, bro.
liking this job the more I hear about it.
Yes,
Uh,
agreed. But
Can I
I
make
will,
a? Sorry.
I will say that with the recent, or not, I wouldn't say recent, the other people that you hired and them not fulfilling, I think it'd be fair if we get a little more of the cut instead of just the 10 for
Oh,
how.
they weren't people that we hired. They're us. They're other
Uh,
muscle who have gone and tried to meet with her.
well,
Yeah. Good.
still,
Regular
that being said, I would say a little more than 10%.
Make a diplomacy check.
I can aid. Ooh,
Oof.
It's not gonna help.
I'm not gonna aid you. So Costa's gonna say, well, what about if you pay me more?
I don't understand why you're all trying to coerce this
Oh, my
fellow out of their gold.
She's
We're not
like,
trying to coerce. We're just trying to get paid for a good job that we're gonna do.
is like,
Is 50 gold not good enough for you?
And Goldie.
Well, see, here's the thing about all that is like this person apparently can beat ass real hard.
Yeah.
So like I'm pretty sure they're not some mid card known talent person.
Yeah,
It seems
GM.
like it's gonna work.
I'm wondering if I could make a society check to see if I know Taban. Maybe
Uh,
I've bet on her in the past for a fight.
go ahead and roll a society check.
I have advantage because this is Chultian knowledge.
Woohoo.
22.
All right, you have heard of Taban, and she's a pretty well known gladiator. As I've mentioned before, she's not like top tier, but she's definitely not a rookie league. She's definitely got experience with throwing hands.
Question. Now,
Yep.
this might sound a little meta, but it's because I know somehow the Pathfinder lore. With Pathfinder, if you recall knowledge, you can learn something about the individual. Can I do that here?
Sure.
Like, can I know their CR if they have one? Or are they just an NPC? And if they are an NPC, I want to know their level.
They are an NPC, and NPCs in Pathfinder 2E also go off CR.
Oh, okay.
And
Well, everything just goes off level.
Oh, well, whatever.
yep, but she is a CR 3 individual.
Yeah,
Ooh.
easy.
You gonna be tanking?
That's
I'm
a
not.
modern encounter.
We're level 1.
Yeah, plus
Here's-
level +2 single creature modern encounter.
Okay.
Good.
Sounds like meta to me.
That's not meta. In fact, that is exactly by the rules. Well, I
Get a
think
little-
that we might be able to take her. You know, maybe, perhaps, if possible, we could talk her out of it. But if we must throw hands, you know, maybe the big people go first, and I'll tap Zig and Alexander.
She goes, you can try to talk to Ben out of it. Past history shows she doesn't really care for talking. Yeah. But I'll take you guys to her, and we'll see how this goes.
Lead the way.
All
Thank you
right.
very much, brother.
She begins to lead the way, and one moment. Doo-doo.
Bob's got this.
I'll believe in him. He's the biggest one here.
All right. So here are all your guys' little minis in this sort of alleyway sort of area. Begin to set yourself in whatever order you want.
Oh, happened how I wanted it to. Guess my
Which direction are we moving towards?
You are moving what would be the north in this, so straight forward. Yep.
Right? I'm good. Also, where'd you go?
Sorry.
Disappeared in the shadows.
Hops back in, sorry.
I won't have it drawn, but I will load my crossbow.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going
just in
to
case.
inconspicuously stick my hands into my coat pocket.
All right.
I have my shield drawn like how I normally do, but my I don't have my sword drawn. But I am resting my hand on the hilt.
All righty.
Me and you gossip in the back line.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yep.
Who's in front here? Right there. Right there.
So,
Okay.
Alex
big
We got
and
people.
Zig and
Ziggs.
Alex
You go
up
up there.
front.
I'll go right here. Go right there.
All right. So Kahlua begins to escort you guys through the streets. You try not to lose track of her, as you know she's roughly thigh high, but she eventually takes you to a more seedy sort of section in the main town, and takes you to a entrance to an alleyway, and kind of looks down and is like, "Yep, she's right down there." And you guys begin to make your way into the alley. As you can see, there are 3 individuals in the back, and they all seem to be rolling bones.
Zach, you're gonna have to reveal the map.
Yep, yep. Boop, boop. There's 3 individuals. They seem to all be rolling bones. I only have the one mini right there, but 2 of them
Oh,
are kind
oh,
of regular.
She's attractive.
Kind of regular.
Oh God, she's hot.
Oh
Fucking
no,
listen,
she's hot.
Listen, we all had a discussion when we started this game like the month ago. If she's buff, it's my weakness.
Yep. DMs can be meta too.
Well, is she buff? Go on.
But yeah,
Okay.
there's 2 rather normal Chultian looking individuals rolling dice with this pretty muscular, feminine looking individual. Apparently, something in the dice goes to her or goes well for her. She's like, "Yeah, pay up, punk," and essentially gathers some money from the other 2 individuals. And the 3 of them start to take notice as the 5 of y'all come walking down this alleyway. And she kind of
also on the side as Taban's currently getting the cash and just be like, I guess she's got the money on her now.
Only
she
seems so.
she kind of looks up, is like, "Sup, you guys here to lose some money too?"
Nah, I think you are, because you owe some debts.
Well, first, you're Toban, yes? Let's establish that.
Like, "Yeah, my name's Taban. Who wants to
Oh,
know?"
pleasure to meet you. I'm Gasa. Gasa extends her hand to shake.
From all the way back there.
No, she'll be up here.
All right, so he goes wandering up. This somewhat frail-looking individual goes up to this rather intimidating, muscular female who's wearing some pretty revealing. You're not even sure if you can call it armor at this moment,
Uh
but she takes your hand, and you're not sure if she does it on purpose. It's with 2 A's, Taban,
Okay.
and but it feels like she's crushing your hand. You're not sure if she's doing it on purpose or if that's just her.
Gasa does that thing where you tickle the inside of somebody's palm when they shake your hand.
She kind of like immediately jerks back, is like,
I win.
you could see a small smile creep across Taban's face. They're like,
Anyway, but we are have been looking for you actually. We are associates with one Mrs. Kahlua, and we have been informed that there is a debt that you owe.
you could kind of see her nodding her head. The 2 other individuals begin to make their way into the back door to like a tavern over here, sensing
Wait.
possible danger. And she's like, I know Kahlua. I might owe them some money. What of it?"
Well, I just said that we're here to collect.
She goes, "Oh yeah, you and your
Yes,
little squad."
that is correct. Or
She
just
can't.
me, if we can do this just talking.
She goes, "You can save your breath. I'm keeping my money."
Oh, that's hilarious. The money's not yours.
It's like, "It's in my pocket, so I think it's mine." You guys start to sort of like get up in her face, and you can
Yeah,
see
this is
We
Her-
move into flanking
Yeah.
position.
Oh,
Quick, Bob.
oh,
Before we
Surrender.
roll for initiative. There we go. Okay, now we're going to roll for initiative.
Can
okay.
I before we start, can I try an intimidating glare?
No,
Uh,
sorry, I'm joking.
you can
Son.
try to go ahead and make a intimidation check.
Okay, give me 1 second. Scroll down. Oh,
Everybody's been rolling terrible.
it's such a good
for
modifier
You-
too.
Yeah.
You give her your best Clint Eastwood stink face, and she just kind of almost just does the whole almost laughs in your face. She's like, "All right, if you guys are wanting this money real bad, I guess we might as well get into it." And she kind of like cracks her knuckles and puts her hand on the hilt of a short sword that she has on her hip. And with how things are going, let's go ahead and get everyone to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Boy. Should be interesting.
And if you
Oh,
click on
yep.
your token when you make the initiative roll, it will automatically put you in the turn tracker.
Okay.
All right. Gonna close the notes for now. Oh, good. She rolled a 0.
I just haven't put in her thing yet. Was it this one? It might have been.
It took me an embarrassingly long time to find the initiative button.
If you're looking for their thing, it should be their perception.
I don't know. I was looking at the right thing. Oh, I'm just looking at a special ability they have.
Special ability, ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
God.
Wingardium
Oh,
Leviosa.
especially-
I don't-
Ah.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh, goodness.
Levioso.
So.
So, I don't think it's actually
If my
come up.
wife is hearing this, she will think we're the biggest idiots in the world.
Damn right.
That's
As we
right.
should.
Damn
Um,
Skippy.
What weapons do you two have, if any?
I have an orc neck splitter and a knuckle dagger.
Well,
That's
if
right.
we're getting down to clown here, Alexander is going to pull out of his pockets that his hands were in two. Okay, no,
You
okay.
can when it gets to your turn, then you can start taking actions. Initiative has been rolled.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just.
And
Zach,
So nobody's
quit
got-
cock blocking us with Darren's special character.
Nobody's got
Oh,
weapons.
man.
Nobody's got weapons drawn yet.
nope. And first
All right.
up the bat is Bob. With
All right.
surprising
Has guns out
quickness.
already.
Bob, weapons hot.
Oh, what? We're going. I'll pull out my mace.
All right, that's one action.
Be super excited that we're gonna do some actions. So I'm gonna flex so hard that my shirt rips off and cast infectious enthusiasm.
All righty, go ahead, hit that spell. Boom. All right. You encourage yourself to get things done and share your motivation with your allies. They gain +1 stats bonus of your choice. Boop, boop, boop. To any of those, blah, 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 blah.
Attack rolls, will saves, or charisma-based skill checks.
Oh, shit.
Attack rolls.
Okay. So during the spell's duration, an ally who observed you casting the spell and was within 30 feet, when you did so, can take a single action but has to concentrate to gain the same bonus you chose until the start of its next turn.
Yep.
I
So
like it. That's fun.
Bob draws his warhammer, and in the process flexes so hard his shirt rips off, revealing his token as is, and the sheer glistening shine of his muscles just fills you guys with infectious enthusiasm. But that
Well, we
is
can't see.
blinded by the light of his glistening baby oil muscles. But that is
Good thing
all
You have
3
shades.
of your actions, and then goes to Gaza.
All right. Gasa is going to reach and lay like with the tip of her finger, touch the orc neck splitter
Alrighty.
on his belt here, and runes inscribe themselves across its blade as she casts magic weapon on it, turning it into a
Nice.
+1 striking weapon.
Nice.
Ooh,
Striking?
Yep.
This early?
that's very
Yeah.
nice.
For 1
Very-
minute.
Ooh.
All right, you
And
have
then she will bow out. I will leave the rest to you. And step.
final action. Step away.
Goodbye!
It's like a pirouette between us.
My
Yep.
work is done. Claps hands, walks off.
But you didn't do anything.
Farewell!
Next up is a Noddy.
I'm going to move here so that I'm not having to have line of sight issues with my crossbow, and
All right.
I will draw my crossbow and sit down on the stairs.
All
Listen
right.
to band, same rules as normal. If you want to tap out anytime, you just let us know, and I'll fire.
All right. So you sit down. So you're technically prone.
I'm just sitting on the stairs. Does that count as prone?
Yep.
I'd prefer not to be prone.
If you're not standing, you're prone.
I would like to put my leg on top of the stairs, so I'm doing a Captain Morgan pose.
Alrighty.
And I will fire, and I don't think I have to use an action for. No, it is an action for Hunter's Edge. Right?
Is in
Yeah, I got
an
it.
action to attack.
Well, no, I will use an action to hunt prey. That's what I need.
All right. So hunt prey, marking Taban.
Yes.
Alrighty. So move, hunt prey. You have one action left.
I drew my crossbow.
Oh, yep. So that's all 3 actions. So then we get to Alexander.
Yep. Okay.
And
so
just to
now-
kind of explain how things work, as I've been saying, everyone
Right.
gets 3 action points a turn, and depending on the actions you want to do, that's how many points it takes. So kind of just tell
Okay.
me what you want to do, and we'll work through it.
Sure. So now I'm going to pull my hands out of my pockets, which are now adorned with 2 matching gauntlets.
All right. That'll technically be a drawn weapons action, so 1 action.
Yep.
Motherfucker's
And-
got the brass knuckles in his pocket.
Yeah. And then I'm going to move right up next to her, and I'm going to fucking clock her in the face.
Bro,
Well-
you're getting in the way of my shot again.
So you can attack
I guess
diagonally.
right there. Oh, you
Uh,
can? I didn't know that.
Yep, you can, if you want to, you can just punch her from right there. So you don't
Okay.
have to waste an action to move. So you have
Sure.
2 actions.
Yep.
So I'm assuming you're wanting to deck her in the face.
Yep.
Yeah.
So something to note, murder, as in most societies, is, kind of against the law. So
Correct.
as a stipulation that you can choose to partake in, this goes for everyone, you can attempt to make your attacks non-lethal. This will add a -2 to your attack roll, but if, say, your attack were to be so awesome that it drops her to 0, she won't start dying, she will just be unconscious. But that is at your discretion. And so,
Yeah, I'm not going to go for a non-lethal strike right now.
all right. So,
So I'm
go
going to
ahead and
make-
get that first
Yep.
attack roll. A 16 to attack. You pull out your glistening metallic hands and throw your first punch as she deftly dodges out of the way.
Uh-oh.
Does he
Alright.
have a
Can I-
circumstance bonus?
He has that
Mhm.
+1 to attack if he chooses from the infectious
Oh,
enthusiasm.
yeah. So it just gets a +1 then from the. Okay, so it's an 18 or sorry, 17.
A 17, which is still a miss.
All right.
Okay,
Can
so
I,
both
can I
17.
follow that up with another jab?
All right, so your second, the
Mhm.
second punch, this will be a -5 with the +1.
Are gauntlets agile? Because if they are, then it's -4.
Up. So you'll actually hit where it says number 2 by your punches. You'll punch that
Two.
button. There you go. With a 10. So you throw out another jab to try to catch her while she's seemingly off balance, and she kind of just blocks it out of the way.
Okay.
And that, I believe, is all 3 of your actions. And
Yep.
so it will go to Ziggs.
All right. I will move right here. That way she is flanked.
Yep.
And then I will pull out my sword
All
or my
right.
neck splitter, and then I will attempt to make a swing on her.
Do you want to apply that +1 from your friend to the attack rolls?
Yes.
Alrighty.
Get it. Oh,
So you go dancing around, pulling out your massive, crude looking axe thing, and go to swipe at her. Hopefully, while she isn't fully paying attention to you, being distracted by your friend. And even with the flanking, the magical enchantment, it is still a miss as you drive that axe right beside her down into the ground, breaking some of the rock, the bricks. But move, draw weapon, attack. That is all 3 actions. So next it goes to Taban's turn. And
first round, no damage is gonna suck.
a little bit, it might. So Taban first gets a free action. She will attempt as a free action a demoralize check, and she doesn't seem too worried about Punchy McGee over here, so she's going to attempt to demoralize Ziggs. So, what is your will save?
So that's 10 plus the number, right?
Yes,
14.
14. Alrighty. Oof. She turns around and gives you the iciest cold stare that you've ever seen. It almost sends a shiver up your spine, but it does not seem to take any effect. For her first actual action, she will draw her short sword. Spinning around, she will make her first attack at you, Ziggs. All right.
Level 1.
And she
Level 1.
catches you with a slashing gash across the chest.
What did she roll?
Let's see. Doo-doo.
Because
She got
I do have.
It would be a 20 total.
Okay. I can't remember because it's so if it beats, right?
Meat beat,
Or
yes.
Meet or
Okay.
beat.
Okay. Okay.
So she turns around with her sword and slashes you across the chest for 8 points of slashing damage.
Oof.
Okay.
She will then recoup with a second slash coming back in at you. All right. And this one seems to have some force driven behind it.
All right.
So,
And what was the roll? Because I'm asking because I have the reactive shield.
well, it's a natural 20,
Ooh. All right.
which makes it a 29 to hit.
All right.
God damn.
And
Love you, Zig.
but it's technically a 27 as she hits you with 14 points of non-lethal damage.
And I'm
Oh my God.
unconscious.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Hey, same rules applies to us. Remember, tap out anytime.
Yep, so she slashes you across the chest and then kind of recoups around, takes the butt right into your temple, and you guys just watch her 1-2 strike Ziggs. And then it goes to Bob.
Oh boy.
Man, crits
That
suck.
is-
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah, that's interesting, huh?
God.
God damn.
AC's higher than
Alright.
17, so if anybody can keep them buffs going up to hit, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little nervous about that. So, gonna make the pecs jiggle, cast fear.
Ooh.
Flex, flex.
Saving
flexer.
throw will. All right.
Oh, I realized I had my voice thing off. I'm not sure how long.
You haven't talked in quite a while.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can get him back up. No problem.
Oh, cool.
let's see. Boop.
That's nice.
17. All right. So this is a failure from her. As
Perfect.
you titty pop at her in such an intimidating, manly way.
At some point, we are going to recreate like the Full Metal Alchemist moment where they're like fucking flexing at each other in the.
Bro, Zig, you're the only one that can match it.
I will do my best.
All right. So something about your magical jiggly boobs instills her with such fear that she
I
actually
don't think that's
becomes
the right word for that.
X.
Yeah, as
She's
you
got
do
the
that.
magical jiggly boobs.
as you do the Terry Crews at her, instills her with such fervent fear. She actually becomes physically shaken. You can tell that she's actually afraid. And you have one action left.
In the distance, you hear power.
And yeah, I'm take a step.
Gossa will sign to you. Not there. No,
Step.
no.
No.
Nope, not there, not there. This way. What?
It's fine. Go. I'll figure stuff out.
I'm
And
just
then-
trying to help. I don't know what I'm doing.
With that 5-foot step,
Come on.
your final action, it then goes to Gossa.
All right. Gossa's gonna come over here, shove past a naughty.
What?
Just pushes him off. No, she's gonna.
Yep.
She'll come up here. She will burn another first level spell to cast a 2-action heal on Zig.
Ooh.
Nice.
But go ahead
Heck.
and give that sweet bean footage.
12 points of healing to Zig.
Zig, you pop back awake with 12 hit points, but you are prone because you fell unconscious to the ground.
And that's all 3 of my actions.
And then it goes to Naughty.
Bloody hell! Just fucking fire after the shit she did. Right. Because of I have crossbow ace and I have the hunter's edge. So if this hits, this does extra damage.
Alrighty.
Oh shit! Turn this on. Sheet. 18.
18.
With her frightened.
Yep, with the penalties on her and the bonus to you, that does hit.
And she takes another 3 damage. One of that is precision damage. The other 2 is just normal damage.
So a total of 13.
Yeah.
All right. So you do almost a little cowboy thing as you send the bolt right into her leg. She lets out a cry of pain as that crossbow goes pretty deep into her meaty thigh. That is a single action.
Yes, I believe loading is another action. So
It is.
Depends on the type of crossbow.
I am using a normal crossbow.
Then it is 1.
I will then keep that motherfucking thing loaded on.
So an action to reload.
Yes, an action to reload. And do I have to do this every time? Wielding or use your interaction to reload? I get that. Okay. That being the case, do I have anything? No. Oh yeah, I'll do. No, I'd have to. I'm out in the open. I can hide unless I can hide behind Gossa. But she's like a twig.
I mean, you could technically hide behind her. It does block line of sight. But I think that's like partial cover.
But I'm direct line of sight.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be enough to hide. A person isn't enough to hide behind.
Yeah.
Not really.
All right. Final action. I will just take a step back.
Alrighty. Take a step back as if that can save you from Taban's wrath. Next it goes to Alexander.
Okay.
You got the flank.
Yep.
You got
Yeah, I
this.
was about to ask if I did.
Oh,
And what does
technically-
the frightened effect do?
I believe it's
It
also a
reduces
-2.
everything.
Okay.
It's a -2 to their AC.
Well, it's a
Minus
minus.
their AC, their hit
everything.
rolls, their saving throws.
Sick.
Fear's
All right,
pretty
I'm
strong.
just going to try. I'm going to try to hit her like in the side
All right.
with my gauntlet. So we'll go ahead and give
You
that
doing
a
lethal damage?
go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
that is a hit. Now let's see.
You're damn straight it is.
So,
So
-2.
with a minus,
minus
with a
two.
-4
God.
to her AC, is that a critical hit per
What?
chance?
I'm doing
What-
some baby math real quick. So that drops her -4, and you get a +1.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a critical hit, as it
So
is
that
a
does
10-point difference. So
Yeah.
that means you do 16 points of damage.
Nice.
So
Huzzah.
after she gets popped with a bolt to the leg, you just square up and cold clock her in the jaw, about knocking her out completely. And after that first punch, she kind of stumbles and has to like catch herself on the leg. And she drops her sword and kind of holds up her hand. She takes her hand that's supporting her and holds it to her face. She's like, I yield. I tap. I yield.
Hit her again.
Quick, she's not
It
looking.
is- I'm not
No.
gonna do or move until you.
She's
do this
lying.
final act.
I'm gonna put my hands back in my pockets and unequip my gauntlets and say, "Yeah, you're damn straight."
God, that's so fucking cool.
While she's kind of hunched over, Kahlua comes walking up to you guys. Was watching everything from the end of the alley, and she's like, "All right, Taban, you owe us that money. Where is it?" And you could see that while she doesn't have like a backpack or too many things on her, she does have a few satchels, and she begins to fumble with one of the satchels and pulls out almost like what looks like a very hefty coin purse and kind of hands it to Kahlua. And Kalua's standing about right here at this point. She opens it up and begins to sort of thumb through it. And Alex
We
and
surround
Bob,
Kahlua.
as you guys look in there, you can see that there's not any coins, but there are some very pretty gems of just all kinds, decent cuts, good quality. And Kahlua kind of gives it just a good eyeing over, almost like a self appraisal, and she's like, kind of sucks her teeth. All right, I guess this would be good. And she reaches in and pulls out a very decent sized one. She's like, she goes to hand it to you, Alexander.
Okay.
She drops a very pretty purple gem of almost palm size in your hand, and she's like, that should cover you guys. As she cinches the bag closed, and she's like, well, I do appreciate your guys' help. I could really use some muscles around here, like y'all's. If you ever want to make some more money, come see us again. We might have some more work for you. And she kind of
Wait.
goes to shake some of your guys' hands.
Do I
As I
recognize
pick
what
myself
kind of
off the
gem this is?
ground.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
As Zig is peeling himself off the ground, I'd like to approach as if I'm going to help him, and I'll walk over to Taban and be like, "Need some help up, love?"
I will go help Zig up.
She
Thank you.
she
And
kind of
as I pull Zig up, I pull him close. That is the last time I am casting magic weapon on you.
Ooh. It's mean.
Taban kind of gives you a sneer, a naughty, but she does hold out
Come
a
on.
hand to
Hey.
so you can help prop her up.
I will prop her, and if she needs the support, because her leg's fucked because I shot it.
Yeah, she's not too happy
put your
about
arm
that.
around me. Put your arm
Yeah,
around me, love.
she very reluctantly leans on you. And Kalua's like, well, all's in that ends well. And she kind of goes to start walking away and bids you guys a good day and thanks you guys as she goes back to presumably her regular job shift.
Do I recognize what kind of gem is in my hand right now?
Do we have somebody that can
right?
identify it's actually worth 50 gold pieces?
Someone who can do either knowledge, nature, or
That'd be me.
trained.
Crafting, maybe?
Yes.
I'm both trained in crafting and nature.
I'll help look at it.
So either of those.
I had a
I can't do
+5.
any of that.
I got +5 crafting.
I have +4 nature.
I have +5 nature, so I rolled
Ooh.
mine.
Oh, I got
15.
it.
Oh, damn, Alex.
None of those.
Dice are not with me tonight.
Oh shit! I didn't see my phone. Damn it.
It's fine. The moment's passed.
So Goslow, you can't really tell much other than it's a pretty rock.
Yeah, she definitely spent some time like rubbing it between her fingers.
But Ziggs, Anadi, you know it's probably worth something. Ziggs can kind of confer. You're not sure how much it's worth, but you know that it's definitely worth something. But you also know this is a giant merchant town. You could take it somewhere to get it fully or properly appraised.
In fact, I think we have a specific person to talk to. Let me see in the list.
And as you guys are kind of thinking over it and everything, Taban, she kind of like starts to, I guess, what's the word? As she's coming down from her battle rage, she composes herself and it's kind of like trying to take something to stop her bleeding leg, and she you can see that her fear is kind of starting to weather away, and you can see that she seems to be a little more visibly upset, if anything. And she's like, I don't really know you guys, but this interaction, it has been a while since I guess someone has put me in my place. I've kind of been letting the fame get to my head a little bit, and I guess I've been just a real dick lately. So I want to, I guess, not necessarily apologize to you guys, but also you guys, since you had to come deal with me. But I feel that I've kind of dishonored my warrior's code, and if you guys will let me, I would like to sort of join your guys to maybe rebuild my honor.
Fuck yeah. Excellent. I was actually going to ask you.
Where is she right now?
She's right where she's been standing.
Oh,
okay.
I brought her over to the stairs. I'm going to see if I can help her with the arrow in her leg.
Make a medicine check.
Here, actually, let me.
Yep.
Wait. Okay.
What's your medicine?
Medicine. Anyway, I'm going to lean down and like gently pull the bolt out of her leg or whatever it's in.
All right.
And while I do so,
yeah,
I'm going to cast Lay on Hands.
Alrighty. So go ahead and roll that Keely damage.
You don't have to roll.
Yeah, it's not a roll.
It's just 6
automatic.
HP.
It is
6.
just
Yep. All right.
I pressed it twice on accident. Haha.
He's got 2 focus. He's got 2 focus at level 1.
You must have took that feat then. But yeah, you slowly begin to winch out the bolt as you course her with divine healing magic, and she's looking a little bit better. She's still pretty roughed up. You really knocked the shit out of her face.
I look up at Alexander. Well, that's useful magic.
Listen, I said I could do something. It didn't look like any of you were bleeding out of your ass, huh?
I mean, you didn't ask us to be.
Why?
How do you just
a damn fool?
bleed out of your ass on command? What?
I don't. Although somebody else might. That's why I said it. I don't know what everybody can do.
That's quite a
That's
neat
why
magic
we were
trick.
asking.
I think if I had a spell that could make you bleed out of your ass, we wouldn't have had this encounter.
How the hell did Gossa do that? What the fuck? Anyway.
It's called Blood Vendetta.
Oh, yes, I remember. Anyways. Well, Taban, I don't know why you had to go through all that melodrama. I was actually going to invite you myself. So, if you'd like to be a part of us, we are not named. I don't think we ever will be. Doesn't matter. But
She go-
if you
The
want to join the crew,
Gossenarians.
fuck no.
What about the BG Boys?
I kind of like the BG Boys, not gonna lie.
She goes, I would be honored to join the BG Boys. You guys
boy.
are you guys
Damn
are
it.
Now.
some
It's
very
stuck already, eh?
talented warriors.
Well, I
Um,
mean, listen, we're not most talented, but it's appreciated.
She goes, I'm going to go lay down for a little bit. If you need me, I stay at the barracks at the gladiator pit. But yeah, come find me whenever you guys uh, need help with roughing someone else up. I know there's a bunch of people come here to fight a bunch of the undead. If y'all want to do that, I'd be down for it. Uh, it's all cool now. She kind of pats one of you guys on the shoulder and sort of slowly
enough.
limps away. But yeah,
Have a good one.
she kind of gives you a hand wave back and saunters off.
Guess I didn't choose my medicine.
All right.
Well, that was a lot easier than normal. If you want to work on splitting up that gem, we can always head over to Zatan or Zaytan. See, what the fuck is Xanthi? That's the word. His district, his area, dealer of gems in finer goods, so to speak. They give us the best price.
DM,
Yes.
as a member of like a religious order, would I know anyone who like wouldn't screw us over?
Well, your order isn't exactly religious. It just has a bunch of religious people in it. Yours is the group you joined is a very like whoever wants to be a part of this is a part of it kind of thing. Almost like a volunteer service, but
They have
it's
a
an actual
code.
job. Yeah, there's a code, whatever. But don't really know too much from anything really pertaining to them. You might know a little bit just from your own growing up in the city, but other than that, it's really people dealing with merchant prince Zavathi. They are the people who mainly deal with like jewels and precious minerals and stuff like that. And so they would basically have the best knowledge of how to appraise something like this.
Okay.
Is that what you guys go do?
Yeah, sure.
Suppose,
All right.
yeah. Is why not?
So we'll just move you guys back to the big map.
Big map.
And
What
yeah,
portion of the city were we in?
you
We
guys,
were somewhere.
you were
We were
down
here
here
at
in
the tunnel
Anchorage,
and
and she kind of took you guys out here to just some alleyway out here in this section.
Mm.
And so you
Okay.
guys kind of just walk back up the town a little bit.
yeah, we wanna
To find-
we want to go to the market districts. It's one of these five, or one of these five numbered areas.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it's like technically the whole city is a market because people
Yeah.
like there's permanent shops and also people just set up stalls and stuff wherever. But yeah, you guys, it's not very hard at all to find a specific district as you guys go and find was essentially Zophi's quarter, and you kind of know you're there by all the people who are peddling jewelry and fine silks and nice clothes and that kind of stuff. It's like, this must be where his shop people set up their shops. And so, you go to someone and give them gem. They look it over, do some measuring, do some weighing, and they're like, "Yeah, this is a fairly decent amethyst. It's worth about 50 gold pieces." He goes, "I don't know if you could actually get that full value out of someone, but it's definitely a very nice bartering piece."
Did we get that value out of you?
He goes, "Well, since I would just turn around and sell it, I'm not going to give you full market price for the gem. I could see maybe 40 gold pieces. I will have to make a profit on the gem."
Oh, it's fucking Pawn Star bullshit.
I mean, he's not wrong, but he could also try and upsell it.
That is true. That is something he could do.
Somebody who's better at diplomacy, talk about it.
And it is not me.
Yeah, I don't know. Can I
You're
try?
talking to the wrong guy.
I could try it. I got okay level, I think.
What do you have? You want to aid me, maybe?
I got a 7.
I also have a 7.
Can aid each other then.
You go for it. I've been rolling like garbage all night.
Okay, let's try to convince this guy.
All right,
Can
diplomacy
you
check.
do like that inspiring
Yes.
to yourself as well first?
I think
Flex yourself, get yourself in a
I
mood.
already used it. I already used it up though. It's a spell.
It's a spell.
But it's a cantrip.
Oh,
Was it?
Infectious
is.
enthusiasm?
It was-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is a
you
country.
gain
can
plus
do-
1 status bonus to attack rolls, will save, or charisma-based skill checks. So this is exactly what it's for.
That's cool.
Also it says using this spell to influence someone in a social situation is typically considered a faux pas, negating.
Like casting most spells in a social situation would be.
To
So
magically
probably a
influence
bad idea
people.
to do this
Server, I would
literally
do.
in front of him.
Yeah, no, it's a bad idea.
Well, if he's the one doing it, if you do it to someone else, though.
This is a bad idea. I'm just
I
gonna
mean,
straight to.
the guy's gonna see it either way. I will try to aid you, and if I critically fail, I'll spend my hero point on it.
We have hero points.
Oh yeah, everyone starts off with 1 hero.
All right, I'm doing it on my own. I'm not aiding you.
Ooh.
go.
What the hell?
That's
So
the best I've
Bob-
rolled all night.
Bob comes in trying to do the gun show with the gym and stuff, and the dude is not feeling it. But maybe it's
Gasa plays up more sort of like talking about almost like the luster of the gem and like its beauty and like how people will want it and like he can sell it for mark it up.
all right. You're not sure if it's your convincing ways, your soft-spoken voice, or maybe it's your pretty face. But he does seem to be buying into it. Maybe more than you realize. But he's like, "All right, for you, I will fork over the 50 gold pieces. I can make a little bit more money off some of the new landers." Hey, he counts out the coins, puts them in a bag, and hands them to you very gingerly, and kind of cups your hand when he does it.
Yeah, no, Gasa like sort of grasps his hands as he like as she accepts the bag of coin from him and like smiles like thank you.
What is with her hands?
And as you guys are doing whatever else here, you do notice that he kind of does pay most of his attention to Gaza.
I think I'm just on the sideline smile.
But yeah, you guys got 50 gold coins.
Yep.
Now,
So once we're outside of the store, Gasa will split 10 with everybody, but she herself is only going to take 9, and she'll put 1 in the party fund.
Alrighty.
That's a beautiful idea, love. I will also give 9, or take 9. Oof, weird. So
Alright,
there's
so we
2.
got-
And
Two
I will
in the party
also do
funds.
that.
Okay.
Nah.
Well, if everyone's
I-
gonna do it, I suppose that we've all got to do it, haven't we?
No peer
I mean,
pressure.
I will say I only did it because I took a gold piece off of that guy earlier.
Yeah, well,
I'm
absolutely.
doing it
Not
because I
doing
took 2. I took 2 gold out of the party funds earlier. I needed leather armor.
Yeah. All right. Then we're back up to 4 gold pieces in the party funds.
Excellent.
Yay.
But yep, that was a quite eventful noon for you guys. You guys currently have no real pressing matters at hand, and so
Well, we do want to check out Fort Belarun.
alrighty.
Do I know how long it would take to get there?
You know that Fort Belarun is actually not near. Well, near is
Yeah, it's
a
not-
quotations. It's about As soon as you get across the right side river of Port Naranzaru, it's about a 5-day travel on foot to get there.
Oof.
Do we
I thought
have
it was
to
in
in
go
town.
through the?
It is not in
I
town.
pull out the map so we can all see it.
All right,
And,
pull out
yeah,
the map of Chult, and here's
yes.
Port
So
Naranzaru, and here's Fort Belarus.
yeah.
And
So,
each hex is basically a day's travel walking. And
we
so once
don't
you
have
get
to go
across the bay, it is about 5 to 6 days of walking to get there.
So we would have to cross.
If you
And
go
then we
down
don't have to
there,
go
it's
in.
even longer to get up there.
Well, is there just ease of access to the other side?
Boats.
Looks like it.
We don't have a.
So, well, boats were something we had discussed getting
Mhm.
as potentially using a means of traveling downriver here.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a rowboat is 15 gold pieces.
Indeed, it is.
Rowboat holds how many?
3 people.
It says, yep, because
Not
crew is
enough.
1 pilot and then 2 passengers.
Well,
Well,
we
I
could
have
get 2 boats, but
yeah, I have 24 gold pieces, so I could
what?
I could go and buy a boat.
Why do you have so much money?
I am a business savvy woman.
Uh-huh.
That's a word for it.
To be fair, I guess I didn't take any money from the betting pools that happened earlier.
Oh, I
Yeah.
absolutely did. Yeah.
Oh, I remember. That's why I'm saying it.
Now I can't remember where did that cleric that we
She
talked
is
to.
staying at the other major bar in town that is not a biker bar that
Yeah.
Zach
Yeah.
could not find the name of at the time.
We'll just
She
call it the
wanted to
Sleeping
go to-
Turtle.
And she wanted to go to the Vengeance.
Yep,
wants
she
to go
needs
all
to
the
go
way
to
towards
Camp
Vengeance.
Vengeance. All the way down here,
Camp Vengeance, yeah.
Okay.
which is
quite
quite a
far.
trek. However, it is quickest to travel by water. That is the least impediment and least likely to run into monsters.
Mm.
Even so, let's see if we can possibly get a boat or 2.
Alrighty. You guys
As,
begin to make your way to the boat, quote unquote, boat
Well,
area.
if we're in Xanthi's
no
quarter,
Mhm.
Goss is gonna spend some time looking at the clothes and stuff, admiring the stitch work. And until somebody shouts at her or tells her not to touch stuff, she's very tactile about it, sort of feeling the cloth and checking it out.
For the most part, people are pretty cool about it because they want they want to sell to you, they want to barter with you, they want you to buy their things. So for most of the people, they're very cool with, hey, come here, come feel this, come admire the stitchwork, come see how soft this is, how light this is.
threads there.
Look at all the beautiful colors. As Chult people, they're all about colors. There's a rainbow of colors here, and
Yeah, and she is fascinated by this, and so she might actually pick up several bolts of cloth of these very vibrant colors.
all right, and that'll
Spend
be
a gold piece.
however much you want to spend on bolts of cloth. And so for a gold, if you're just buying the little bundles that you see at Walmart or whatever, you buy a decent amount of little bundles of just various different colors because I assume you want to get all as big of a variety as you can.
Yes. Yeah.
And so you get yourself a whole rainbow of colors.
Excellent.
What you
Excuse me.
doing that for, love?
Oh, I was a seamstress.
Oh, excellent talent.
And I have a suggestion. If we are going to be leaving the city, we should probably get some potions.
I believe I wrote a guide of what we needed. Let me see. Could use some potions, antidotes, disease curing potions, and tents, possibly anti.
Sounds like we're tight on cash.
I already have my own tent, but I definitely need some potions.
I believe I have my own.
Ooh.
I
And
do
so,
not have a tent.
order of business, what would you guys like to go do?
How much were so? What type of boat are we getting?
At the
Um,
minimum, we need 2 rowboats.
Okay. Now, are those the collapsible ones?
So if you guys make your way to the quote unquote boat vendor and begin
The
to
the
talk to them about personal boats, they essentially have 3 options. There is a full size canoe, which is a pretty hefty boat. It's worth 50 gold pieces to get, but it'll hold 6 people. There is the typical rowboat for 15 gold pieces. They're also quite hardy, but they only hold 3 people per. And then there's the singular, like self-collapsing kayak sort of things that hold 1 person apiece. They won't hold very much more than that, but the perk is that they can break down, so you can like carry them on your back. They're like one of those neat hiker things, and those are 4 gold apiece.
Now, I wouldn't be against getting the collapsible ones. That way, we're not having to leave the boats in a random spot.
Well, I mean,
well,
you know,
the
pull 'em
rowboats
onto-
can be portaged as well.
just we'd be a little bit more encumbered.
Someone would have to deal with the shit job of dragging that through the jungle.
Well,
Now, how heavy is it?
I
We could
mean,
also just bring it
the
the
onto
rowboat
land
can
and
be
then hide it.
carried overland by 2 medium creatures or 1 large creature.
Okay.
it I would say they weigh what? Have you seen those like plastic kayaks at like Walmart or Bass Pro?
Yeah.
You can get. It probably weighs around one of those.
Oh, 1 person could carry that.
Yeah, it's just awkward though, and after a while,
Yeah.
it's gonna get heavy.
And I mean, we could just purchase rowboats and then drag them up onto land and hide them in case nobody's gonna fucking steal them.
All valuable options.
Yeah.
Is anyone here physically not able to like row themselves upstream if need be?
I've done more than a few ventures up and down the river, so
I mean,
I'd be fine.
you all have arms.
For now.
But if you're offering there, Alexander, you can drive my boat and I'll pat his back. How kind of you.
Not what I had in mind.
What you said.
And
Also not what I said.
as you guys are kind of standing here talking to boatswain, is that the term for a person who sells boats?
No,
No?
the boatswain is somebody that sort of like directs the boat.
Okay. Well, a boat vendor of some kind. There's people talking around. There's all kinds of people who are deckhands of various sorts, either working on boats, repairing boats, all kinds of fishermen working around as well. So, heavy fish smell. And lots of sailors around here. And someone at some point, as you guys are kind of just standing there talking to the vendor, he might intrude at some point and be like, "Excuse me, are you guys adventurers, quote unquote?"
People coming out of the
Mayhaps.
woodwork.
He
We
goes,
haven't done much adventuring lately, have we?
well,
What do you mean?
if you are, I don't know if you guys know, but I like to point out possible job opportunities to fellow adventurers, and he kind of like points over to what essentially looks like a job board. He's like, that's a bounty board." He goes, "I don't know how familiar you guys are or how local you are, but there's a little bit of a pirate problem around here. There's some pirate gangs, and there's open bounties for them." He goes, let's see, for every pirate
Thier?
captured,
Oh,
what?
I thought it was for every pirate ear we brought in, we would get money.
Oh, he's like,
Here.
oh, well, they couldn't prove. You can't really prove that's just not some random person's ear. But every pirate you detain, he's worth 10 gold pieces. If you can bring back a captain, that's 500 gold pieces. And if you guys have the cojones to bring back one of their ships, that's 2,000 gold pieces. Just see the harbor master Zendar about them when you
I don't know about you
bring them
guys.
in.
That sounds like a bunch of fun.
I don't know
Also-
about you, brother, but I don't know if we could take on a fucking pirate ship.
He goes,
Level 1.
Let's get the rowboat.
Yeah, it's not
He goes,
simple,
well,
Alexander.
just letting you know of possible opportunities, as he kind of like claps some of y'all on the shoulder, and he seems to go on about his way. As he kind of walks away, you kind of get a smell about him. He may be drunk.
Oh, right.
Just so I can get it written down. So you said the ship was 2,000, a captain was 500, and then what was the other price?
10 cold per quote unquote normal pirate you detain.
Well, I hope you're all ready to bring non-lethal weapons. Because I'm not.
How many? What did you say for
I
the captain?
mean,
500.
500 for a captain. And if anyone goes and looks at the bounty board, there are
will.
3 sort of wanted posters depicting
Hmm.
3 specific individuals, and those are presumably pirate captains. Because
What are their names?
it does say they are all wanted for piracy. There's
go figure.
also
Isn't everyone?
there's also wanted
Not
posters
really.
for 3 specific ships.
Ah, so the pirate captains have no names. Their ships do. All right.
Well, they both have names. I just have to go digging for quote unquote pirate captain names.
I
So
will be right back.
we'll get back to that in a moment. But yeah, you guys are still kind of just chilling here. And any more, I guess,
Well,
consensus on the boats?
good way to get a ship.
Yeah, I think I kind of like the idea of the 2 rowboats. Because if we're just going down to Camp
do.
Vengeance for the time being, it's you can get the 2 rowboats for 30 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm. And that'll take this whole party plus 1 other person.
And
Yeah.
that's exactly what we're doing. We're taking 1 other person.
Yep.
We do technically have a taban.
Yep.
And question. So
Yes.
the rowboats say 20-foot swimming speed.
Yep.
Obviously, that's not as fast as our walking speed. Technically, we could have a party walk on the sideline and have a boat, but we'd have to. We could skirt the riverbank, is what I'm saying.
That's presumably that you are walking an unimpeded area, which this is a jungle. There's all kinds of things
Dense
to slow you
foliage.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can stick a water line inside, I'm assuming.
That's assuming that there is a clear beach on the Jungle River, which there's no guarantee between roots and mud and anything else that might be there.
Can I make my Choltian forest lore check
Uh,
to see if I would be able to know if there is something like
that's
that?
a big swath of area to know about the entire way.
I do have forest lore,
You-
BB.
You can make a knowledge nature check.
Can I make a forest one specifically because of the jungle? And we talked about this earlier, that forest includes all forest types.
All right.
24.
24.
That's it's closest I could get to a crit.
So yeah, you thinking over what you have physically experienced and what you have heard other people talk about of dealing with the jungle and along the river travelway, you would know that there's no real clear-cut way to go through the jungle. It's almost as if any real trails don't exist. Like guides have come back talking about how they will clear out a section and the next day they go back out and it's completely overgrown again. It's almost like the forest can magically regrow at quick speeds. So
Horses.
it's heavily overgrown, and even along the sort of like riverbed, as I've mentioned, between mud, quicksand, massive roots, plant overgrowth, there's just really no easy walking way.
All right. And I will hand over 8 gold to Gossa. That's my share for the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will hand over 9.
Alrighty. So you
So
guys,
8 for the boat. I will also throw in some boat.
All
you
right, hold up.
guys.
So
Oh, yes.
if we got 9 from Zig, 8 from Anadi,
Mm-hmm.
and you
I
said
have
you're
one gold.
throwing in 8 for Bob,
Yep.
How much is needed left?
5. I'll do it.
Okay.
Alrighty. With all
We got
that
some
tallied up, you guys now own 2 rowboats, and he will kind of like sort of bring out a marking device to signify that these have been sold and now belong to someone. And he's like, you can just leave them here and come and grab them and board them whenever you want.
Excellent. Thank
What
you.
time is it?
Gasa takes the time to like really inspect them, like sort of running her hands over them, like and just looking at them,
All right.
making sure they're good product.
Uh, you could either make a perception or craft check if you would so like, as you are really feeling these things up.
Craft is marginally better.
Okay. All right.
Like to-
From what you can tell as you're inspecting them, they seem to be fairly well held together. You wouldn't say that they are brand new, but they are
Yeah.
definitely in a good condition.
So she looks excitedly to the party. What shall we name them?
Oh boy. I call mine Bodie.
Bodie McBoatface.
Vetoed.
My
Boat-
vote's on
Putting boat face.
Bodie
my
and
vote's on
Vito.
Leor.
Those
Oh,
are good
okay.
names.
Yep. There we go. Bodie and Vito.
All right. The party buys 2 rowboats that are yet unnamed.
Listen, you put in 5 gold, I put in 8. I get more share to
We
pay for it.
we
Well,
vetoed
I put a 9,
Gossenarians,
so I should have the
so-
final say.
Oh,
Listen, Sig,
goodness.
it's not my fault. You just had to put in as much money as you wanted to.
Oh well. So with that being purchased, we should make our way over to the district where we could buy potions.
Exactly.
Alrighty. As you guys head off from there, you guys begin to make your way to Wakangu's district, which, as you know from your somewhat brief interaction with Sildra, you know that she's actually staying at his palace with him. And so you guys are somewhat familiar because you've been to that area before. But you go about, and his area of merchants is not as big or flashy as others per se, but there are definitely a couple different shops, and each of them seems to sort of specialize in something different magically. Like there's a scroll shop, there's a potion shop, uh, enchantment shop, that sort of thing. And so you guys make your way to the potions. Da-da. Consumables or consumables or alchemical items.
Consumables.
And so, what kind of stuff are you guys looking for as you go in?
Well,
Because as you go in,
anti-disease, antidotes, and healing potions, I assume.
all right.
So
I
anti-plague,
think
antidote.
my internet crashed.
Oh no!
I can still hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, no, sorry, not my internet. I think my my internet browser crashed.
Oh. Shit.
All right, 1 second. No, you guys
So-
keep going. I'll
Yeah,
I'll be
I'm just looking at the items, trying to find exactly what you guys were looking for.
So are we piling in money to just get like a group pile of potions, or are we
Well,
buying
let's-
individually?
We've got 4 gold pieces in the party funds right now, so we
Yeah.
could buy at
So-
least 1 potion with that.
As you guys go into the
Healing
shop,
potion would probably be best.
there's all kinds of vials and glass stuff around the store, and someone very interested and very helpful does come and greet you guys. It's like, oh, hello, hello. How may we be of service today? And
We are looking for some antidotes, anti-plagues, and possibly healing potions. You know,
yep,
not
he
this kind.
He brings you along over and begins. Yes, standard adventuring alchemical items, and he kind of begins to show you some of the wares. He goes, "Here we have some of what are classified as minor healing potions. They are a market price 4 gold a vial. We have some anti venom. Those are quite useful in the jungle. Those go for 6 gold a vial. And let's see, the anti plague. I'll just Google it real quick.
I believe they're 4 gold for the minor.
Oh,
And
sorry,
they are
uh,
3 gold for lesser anti plague, which he tells you are good for helping you fight off diseases.
And what about antidotes?
Antidotes would be the anti venoms.
Is there only antidote, any venoms, or is
Let's see.
I think
And-
they're called antidotes in this.
yeah.
Oh, are they?
I think
Yep.
they're alchemical elixirs.
Ah. Doo-doo.
They give a +2 item bonus on fortitude saving throws against poisons for 6 hours, the lesser versions.
They
And
are
they
3
cost 3 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, so there you go. 3, 3, and 4 for standard market prices for those.
Well, antidote, anti-plague, and how about healing potion? I looked at the crew.
So
or any other items.
I was thinking about buying 2 of the healing potions and 1 anti-plague.
I can like drop in 15 gold towards all this shit so we don't die horrendously and immediately.
I can
I'll let
drop
y'all
in
figure
10.
that out.
I'll
let
drop
y'all
in
figure that
10.
out because I have 1 gold.
I have 11.
So tally up how much gold you want to spend first, and then we'll start negotiating on what to spend it on.
Yeah.
Gatsa's
Dropping
gonna
15.
buy scrolls of healing because we can get more healing out of a scroll that Gasa casts than we can get out of a potion that somebody drinks.
What's the difference?
Because a potion is only ever going to heal 1d8, but with a scroll, Gasa can cast it as a 2-action spell, so it heals 1d8 plus 8.
Oh.
And it
That's
costs
smart.
the same amount as a minor healing potion.
Big brain on Gasa.
That is pretty smart.
Gasa's just very mercenary.
Though it still wouldn't be a bad idea to have a couple of the potions.
Yeah, no, definitely like get 1 or 2. Because if Gasa goes down, obviously you guys can't cast the scrolls.
I'd say it's probably best if we invest in anti-venoms. Or antidotes, whichever.
So I think Gasa's going to buy 3 scrolls of healing herself.
All right.
But if anybody wants a scroll like specifically like reserved for them that I will only cast on them, feel free to buy that. I'll hold on to it for you.
This is
I'll personally buy 2 of the healing potions and then I'll buy an anti-plague.
alrighty. I'm trusting you guys to deduct gold accordingly. I'm not going to sit here and micromanage your coin purses.
I'm just tossing 10 gold into the party pot. And we can do whatever with.
All right, party pot's currently at 14 gold pieces.
Did you add in the 15 for mine?
Oh, I have.
Did you add 15 to the party pot?
Yeah, so we can get all the bullshit we need.
All right, it's at 29 presently. And I'm spending 12 gold on scrolls.
Fucking.
Did you guys figure out which potions we bought yet?
Yeah.
So we've got 17 left after that 12 spent. So I'll figure it out, I guess.
Yep, we need to figure out what we're going to spend it all on.
Oh, so you're spending 12 of the party funds on scrolls. Okay.
No,
And
I'm
you know-
spending 3 of my own gold on scrolls.
Oh, 3.
There's 12 of my own gold on scrolls. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Some
that
of y'all
means-
are buying individually, and some of y'all are funding towards the group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't take from party funds.
I have no fun money.
I'm not that
because-
sort of person.
Okay, fucking betting woman who almost got caught twice while casting spells.
I
you
also
still
got
don't
us
know.
35 gold pieces. So
That's true.
That's true. That was a good comeuppance.
Won't deny.
Mm-mm.
That being the case, so does that mean other people have already bought their potions? I'm trying to figure it out because I went to the wash.
Yeah,
I think Alex did, or Ziggs.
I got 2 healing potions and 1 anti-plague.
Okay.
But I'm not reserving them for myself. It's just in general because everybody should have at least a little bit of something, just in case.
Exactly what I was
Yeah, that's why I tossed mine in the pot.
Gus is going to buy an antidote and anti-plague for herself
Alrighty.
with the last of her gold.
All right. Then we have 17 party funds, and so with that, the party shall purchase, I think, an antidote lesser, 2, I said the 4, the 8, lesser, 11, lesser. Alright. 2 anti-plagues, 1 antidote, 12 plus 8, 20, put 1 gold. No. Fuck up my own math. 8 plus, yeah, okay, that would be 7. Okay. So if we get 2 healing, minor healing potions, 1 antidote, and 2 anti-plagues, or unless we want to switch out 1 anti-plague for 1 antidote, we could spend the 17 and then just divvy those out.
So we probably keep the antidotes because there's probably plenty of little venomous plants and bugsies alike.
Well, the bugs is why we want the anti-plague because we don't want to get malaria. So
You
Yeah,
guys will
I think
also know, natives or people who've been in this town for a while, you would know there's also insect pellet that you could buy from certain vendors, which
Oh.
could be also very helpful with keeping bugs away.
really, know that.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't think we've told.
How much would that cost? And what's it like?
Thinking over in your head of what you remember people selling it for, you can buy insect repellent in 2 forms. There's essentially a block that you can set on fire and it'll slowly burn, almost kind of like an incense. A single block costs 1 silver piece and burns for 8 hours. Or you could buy what's called essentially a vial of salve. It's essentially like a thick substance you just rub on your skin. It doesn't really keep the bugs away. It just makes it so they can't really bite you. And one of those is worth 1 gold piece, and it can be used 20 times before you use it all.
Yeah.
That sounds like some baby oil I'm gonna need.
Yep, some of that
You take it out
special
of your own funds if you get
that
that
special
oil.
baby
Yep.
oil.
I'm gonna buy myself a vial.
All right, you can go ahead and
Go.
just mark
Coda.
that off. Valve of salve insect repellent. It's 1 gold, and it has
Valve
20.
of salve.
Yep,
Fine.
and it has 20 uses.
Homie's gonna look like a fucking Turkish wrestler just covered in oil.
He's gonna take the whole jar and just rub it all over him at once.
He's gonna bronze himself in the city.
Despite making solid impact, your punch just slid off his face.
Yeah, you can't grapple anyone, but they can't grapple you either, so it's a win-win.
Fair enough. So that oil you have, I suppose the oil you said was 1 gold.
Yep. But
It would
it's,
save
it's
us
not
from
really
having to get
an
anti-plague
oil,
for now.
but it is a thick substance that you can rub on yourself.
Oh,
It's an
well,
oily
yeah,
substance.
it's a salve. Yes, sorry. It's a coating. It's a grease.
Yeah, coating.
That being the case, we could get those instead of the anti-plagues, which are you said are 1 gold each rather than the 3. So then, do we want to instead ditch the anti-plague and get 3 of those vials?
I support that.
All right,
Well,
so we'll
when
do
it comes
that.
to anti-plagues, that's essentially anti-plagues are basically just medicine to help you recover from diseases, and
Yeah.
there are from your guys' basic knowledge and from talking with other people who have been out there or experienced out there, there are many things that can give diseases. Most of which are undead. Undead things. They
Okay.
all carry diseases. Horrible
Okay, so then
diseases.
maybe. Yeah, and we know there's a fuck ton of undead out there.
Like
Indeed
cooties,
there
they
is.
got cooties.
Okay, well, then we'll get the anti-plague, we'll get the 2 antidotes, and we'll get the 2
Not
healers.
twisting your arm, just
No.
reminding
I
you.
understand. No, I appreciate it.
He's not jerking
And-
your cock here. Come on.
And I feel like no matter what we do, we're gonna go out into the forest for at least the first time a little underprepared. So I think we should be good with
Tis
2
only
healing
natural.
potions, 2 antidotes, and an anti-plague.
All right, how much of the party funds got used up?
That's gonna use all 17.
Okay.
Woo.
'Cause
God
I
damn.
did see 29 in there earlier, but then I saw 12 get removed, so I don't know.
Yeah, somebody said we had spent 12 on something. I wasn't sure what.
Somebody said that we had spent 12 because they thought that you had spent the 12 on the scrolls.
Oh, I spent my own money. So does that mean we have 12 gold in
We
there?
have 12
We
left.
should. So then, no, we'd have
Oh.
29 then because we still have the 17.
Are we not spending the 17 now?
Yeah,
No,
we're
no,
spending
we
the 17.
yes. Okay, so I
So
didn't
you have
realize
12
we only
left.
had 17. That means we can get more potions. I think we should get another anti-plague at the least, which means we'd have 10 gold left.
And then we could spend 4 more. That way, all of us will have that bug repellent.
Sure. So then we'll have 6. Yeah. So
Okay.
If we
in-
Alright,
spend,
how are we
it's
gonna
3
do
on
it,
the
like-
anti-plague and then another 4, that would put us at 5 gold, not 6.
oh, you're right. I missed 1 coin, didn't I?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So
Now, how are we going to like manage like the food situation?
how much do rations cost for a week's? It's like a silver or something. It's
Let's
gold.
see.
What's it? Rations for 1 week are 4 silver. So with that, we get
Mhm.
minor amounts. Need 2 weeks per person, so 8 silver times 5. That's 4 gold.
And I believe most of y'all, if not all of y'all, should also have your own starting rations that
I
you
do have mine.
quote unquote
have-
would have brought with you.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
have 2 weeks worth of rations presently.
Me too. So I don't have to take any. You don't have to take any. That makes it down to 2 gold and 4 silver. If anybody else who's got rations,
I still should
do.
have mine since
Alright,
we've
so
been eating in
that's-
town.
yeah. So that's 1 gold, and no,
I
just 8
definitely
silver.
need rations. Fuck.
Okay, so you need rations, so that's 8 silver. At the very least. Who else needs rations? All right, if nobody else needs rations, then we only need to spend 8 silver from the party. We'll have gold, 2 silver.
All right,
Now-
so 4 gold, 2 silver.
Wasn't somebody able to like find food and stuff as well?
That is
You
me.
can always,
So technically,
you can
we
always
don't
forage,
have to.
yeah.
We don't technically have to get food, but as long as I succeed a survival, which I don't think I can. It's not that easy to fail.
I don't
I'm
think
not
you
bad at
can.
survival.
I think I would have to look over again, but I don't think you can technically fail unless the environment just does not provide any food.
Correct. Which, while I use survival to subsist, if I roll any result worse than a success, I just get a success. And on a success, I can feed myself and 4 people. So we don't actually have to buy food.
So if you fail to subsist, you don't get enough food and you become fatigued. And if you critically fail, you attract trouble, eat something you shouldn't, or otherwise worsen your situation.
But I can't get worse than a success with my forager because it says survival to subsist. If you get any result worse than a success, I get a success. It's
Yeah.
the feat I have.
So basically, while you may not be able to guarantee food every time, you can at least guarantee that they're not going to get food poisoning.
Yes. So I can guarantee food if the food is healthy enough and the environment provides. If it cannot, then we cannot. But otherwise, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll get the rations anyways. I've never heard of a DM ever saying rations spoil, so let's just keep those.
Yeah,
We'll
they're
keep those
mostly
in our
like
back pockets while we forage.
Hardtack.
dry foods. Yeah, pirate food.
Yep. Everybody here is crackers and fucking dried sausages. Enjoy yourself.
M&Ms.
Fucking, bro, I got some Skittles. Kill them!
Oh yeah, field memories.
Oh, I'm.
That was, I mean, that was money in basic.
Yeah.
Like
Fuck yeah.
that or cough drops. That was the real
Oh,
money in basic. That was the
yeah.
most consistent money. of
People
basic.
lost
I
their
never
mind
understood
over
the cough
drops.
drops. Why did everybody want cough drops so much?
I don't
It
know.
was, yeah.
I think it's just something you can keep in your mouth, keep yourself occupied.
But you could pay people to do shifts for you with cough drops and stuff. So
So
funny
time.
times. Yeah.
All right, so we have 4 gold and the 2 silver. So who wants 2? I think I'll take a antidote. So we have the 2 healing potions and 2 anti-plagues, and I will take that salve.
Well, I'm okay with what that I purchased. So do we have like a communal
Well,
party bag or something like that?
we
Y'all
do
can make
not.
one.
Yeah. Is there a bag of holding for cheap around here?
You could definitely probably find a bag of holding. This is the magic
I-
mortar.
don't
What would
think
be a-
anybody's got the money for it at this point.
That's the other thing.
I will do the cooler thing, and I will look up to the gods, and I'll say, GM, can we have a handout for a player treasury?
And the god said no.
Oh, fuck.
You can just you could turn the party journal since you're already keeping gold there. You can
The
just
party
make-
journal has the notes.
It's got so much other stuff in it.
Yeah, it's got the other stuff. We need
okay.
we need the bag.
Let's see. Doo-doo.
If anything, we could always before we leave town, we could always go around and see if somebody could hire us or whatever to go somewhere, and
We
as like payment, we could
Boop.
ask for a
Party
bag.
chest.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. So, party chest. We have 2 minor healing potions. We have.
Put the party funds in the party chest.
I will at the very top. So we have 4 gold, 2 silver rations. We have 2 anti-plagues. We have 1 antidote. We have everybody has that salve. So make sure everybody put it in your inventory as salve, so you don't fucking forget. Your bug repellent salve, and so as well.
You-
Lesser. So, everybody, if you want something, take it from there. And I do not want to carry the party chest bag. So, who wants to carry?
I can, unless someone else wants to.
Nope.
Mhm.
I
Alrighty. As the shopping and the splitting up concluded, or is there
Nobody wants
something else?
anything out of the bag. We're just going to rely on a Zig to get to everyone.
I don't think we need anything right now.
Fair enough. I mean, Zig, you're a frontline fighter, right?
yeah.
Do you want to give me the bag?
You
'Cause I
couldn't
might
tell
be
from
able
that
to-
last
I might-
fight, but yeah, he is.
You might. Okay, I think I'll take the bag.
All right.
Okay, so I have the party bag. We don't need him getting bodied. All right. Do we need tents, or otherwise we just gonna sleep on the beach because we're probably gonna walk across the coastline here?
I already have a tent, so I am good on that aspect.
Gasa fully intends to just slip the rowboat over herself, drag it on shore, and then turn over.
If we spend 5 gold, we can get a 4% tent.
I'll give you 2 silver pieces for it.
Okay, so then we can put this in the party funds. So if we have 6 more silver, we can buy the tent.
I'll give you 1 more.
I say
Silver?
I'm fresh
Yep.
out of money.
I'll just hand you a gold.
Thank you. All right, and I'll spend the 5 gold, and then I'll put a tent in our chest. So, all right, we're good. We have the boats. We have the thing. We are prepped. We are ready. The party chest has 5 silver. It's good.
Party chest.
All right.
Party chest. Ooh, party chest.
Party chest.
All right, you guys have done a good bit of shopping. What is your, if you guys are done and set and have everything stowed away, what is your next course of actions?
I mean, I think if we're all prepped now, we go talk to Undrill and talk about taking her to Camp Vengeance.
Alrighty.
We don't want to do the fort first because
Well, the
I think the
fort-
fort.
The fort is in the
Sorry.
opposite direction to get to the camp.
I'm aware of that, but the fort doesn't let us go into the forest. We go forest adjacent, meaning we can test it first.
Okay. And I would say, since my character isn't full health, I wouldn't mind like doing another rest before we do go out. But if not, then it's not that big of a deal.
I'm down for. Well, we can medicine your ass.
Well, I mean, we should always
Could
rest,
also
considering it's
possibly-
probably like later afternoon now.
We are out of
I mean-
slots for some people as well.
It is
Alexander
getting more
could-
toward. Yep.
Alexander could refocus, lay on hands, refocus, lay on hands until you're full, honestly.
Yes. So I don't know if you remember when we sort of went over how focus spells are, but yeah, that's basically how they work. You get less spell slots, but you can just chill for a few minutes and get those spell slots back.
Okay.
So that is also something you guys can do, or you guys could wait till the evening, chill, get sleep in, and set out in the new morning.
I mean, either way, I think we should wait till the next morning before we go.
Yeah, because rowing in the middle of the night does not sound pleasant, especially considering the area we're in.
If I remember the map, we only have to cross. We only have to cross over here, and just we'll be there.
Yeah.
And then we just got to do a lot of walking with our boats, unless we want to just hide them under some shrub. Because I don't think Hope actually. Taban, do you want to fucking protect our boats while we go fucking walk to the fort? Listen, I don't think anybody's gonna fuck with that.
She will not be very ecstatic about that, but I mean, if that's what y'all want to bring her along to do, she'll do it.
I mean, it would also give us a way to test out Taban rather than possibly bringing.
you come
the
back
other
and
person.
her and the boats are gone.
I mean, she might. I mean, who knows?
You literally
she said something about warrior code and all that stuff. So I mean, she might stay a little bit.
I mean, y'all only just met her today, and y'all met her by beating the shit out of her. So who knows? Maybe she doesn't want to fuck y'all over.
I suggest that if we take her with us, we should take her with us when we go deeper into the jungle and not this little side excursion.
Well, if we take her to the jungle, we'll need another boat because we got to
Yeah.
take Undrill down there as well.
Yeah, I think this would be the opportunity to take Taban, and technically we could have her carry one of the boats. If we're gonna bring the boats across land with us the whole time, which would be, honestly, in my opinion, a waste of time. Because I mean, can we go back to the big map?
Probably better than just leaving them with Taban.
Because
Looking back at the map again.
Let me just show you my map. Because we are here. We only have to cross here, and then we can hide the boats. Then we're gonna go around the forest, so we don't have to fucking, go. Actually, we could go through it a little bit. There, it doesn't matter. I just don't want us to go into what looks like yellow zone and red zone.
Oh yeah. So I guess since we're all looking at the map, uh, just to reiterate, these guys got this map from Sandra, the main NPC, quote unquote, and this is the only map of its kind. This is the most completed map of the continent of Chult. As you can see, there's a lot of empty space missing because people can't properly explore the area. But from best interactions and word of mouth, these marked yellow areas, those are undead infested areas, and the deep yellow are heavily infested. However, that's not to say that you wouldn't run into zombies out here on the beach. You're just guaranteed to run into zombies here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
like I said, I think we only need the rowboats to cross here, and then we
And then
hide
it's a
them
7-day
wherever.
trek.
Yep,
Well,
basically.
5. Yeah. Or 7. I don't know.
If you got
Some of
straight
the
across,
details.
it's probably about 5 days walking, or
Yeah.
5.
Well, if we start in this one, and 1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
one
4.
grid
It's
hex a
6.
day.
I
So
think it looks like quickest.
Because the first day is going to be basically mostly spent rowing just to get to
yeah,
the other place.
that's a apparently big water cross. So
Big water.
big.
And so, is that what you guys would like to do?
I think that would be best because like we could hide the boats here and then just make our way here. Unless we want, we could bring Taban. If we do, we have another porter to help us carry the boats.
Yeah, sounds fine.
Alrighty.
And as far as we're comparatively, big jungle, big danger. Slight jungle, slight danger. And the only reason I'm so cautious is because we're level 1, and I don't want to get bodied by some fucking big ass zombie.
Yeah. That would, make sense if monsters didn't randomly roam about.
Yeah, I drew my art for both my characters, bro. I'm not fucking dying right away.
This is a Tomb of Annihilation.
I know,
But
and I'm supposed to be the guy that lives. Remember?
a couple of you guys live here. But
Never
so
mind.
but so as far as I'm understanding, your next goal at hand is to go visit Fort Belarus. Is
Yep.
that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After
Alright.
resting.
All right.
Is it Belarus
Yes.
or Belarus?
After resting, yes.
I just say Belarus because it's
Belarus.
easy. Yeah.
Okay.
If you could say it the right way, go ahead.
Okay.
But yep. You guys turn in essentially for the evening at some point, whenever. That's up to you. It doesn't really matter what else you guys really all do with the rest of your day. But Alexander, if you take that sort of initiative to focus on healing Ziggs, and then with the oh, excuse me, saw words with the night rest. Yep, Ziggs, you will get fully healed.
Okay.
You guys set off in the morning of the third day, and let's check the weather. And there is a drizzle. It's not storming bad like it was yesterday, but there's a little bit of wetness in the air. Um, are you guys taking Taban?
I think it would be a bad idea.
For the short one, sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
See how it works out with this chick.
So let's.
She is so small. Oh, thank God.
Boop. She is now part of the
Oh,
party.
she's even bigger.
Yep. You
She's bigger
guys.
than everyone.
Did I make her a little too big?
It's
She is kind of Amazonian, but yeah. You guys wake up in the morning rituals. Maybe wash a little bit, get some food. Go meet up with Taban. A little bit of asking around directions. You eventually find your way to the gladiator pit. Make your way to the barracks. Kind of find out which room is hers. Knock on the door. She's uh, mostly in a better mood, we can say. You kind of inform her of what you guys are wanting to do. And she's like, all right, sure. Give me about 20 minutes. And she kind of goes, starts packing up some stuff, uh, changes out her gear, her weapons a little bit, gets a little bit more in sort of like adventure appropriate gear.
Yeah.
But I'm not,
Um,
I'll just leave her icon the same.
yeah, no,
And
that's fine.
you got
DM, I do have
yes.
one final. So,
Yes.
because technically of our where we're going, we're not going into the jungle, so we wouldn't get odd looks from people for trans going from Port Nyanzaru to Belluri.
Well, the thing about that is anything outside the port is technically the jungle as long as it's part of the Chult continent. Even if it's,
Okay.
say, the mountains or this somewhat clear area, which seems to be mostly like grass areas. But
What are you doing?
Gaza's getting a wanderlust. She's heading out without y'all.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys pick up Taban, head out to the boats. Is there any specific boating order you guys want to sit in? Like
I
who's
have
running with who?
Alexander. I join Alexander in whatever boat he chooses. I'm assuming Bodhi because I named it because
Sure.
he said he'd row.
Okay.
All right.
If you look at the boats, they have been marked with the names of the North Star and the Aurora.
Oh my god.
Ah, lovely
What have they
Bodhi,
done?
and I sit in it.
Uh,
Taban, you can join us over here.
Taban will go and sit in the opposite
Ouch,
boat
so
of you with the other lady.
Darn.
Goth extends a hand to shake.
That she doesn't want to sit with the dude who clocked her shit. Yeah.
You're sitting in her boat.
She doesn't want to sit with the dude who keeps like staring at her.
That's fair.
I think he just said
Oh,
it
shit.
like that.
But she shakes your hand.
Ouch, flickering.
She
Goth tickles her palm again.
she gives out a chuckle. But she'll talk to you guys, converse with you guys if you guys like sort of interact with her. She's not like a stuck up bitch or anything. But yeah, you
Yeah.
guys begin to head off. And boop. And so you guys on your first day of mostly rowing, you guys boop make it to landfall somewhere along around there, try to take the shortest route. And you guys get there with no real troubles. There is a little bit of wind from the slight storm that's going on, so it kind of makes paddling a little harder. Kind of rocks you guys around a little bit as you guys do go over some deep water, but you guys make it unharmed and pull up on the beach. And now, at this point, are y'all wanting to bring the boats with you, or are you wanting to have Taban guard them? I remember those being the two options.
Or I'd bring Taban with
Yeah,
us.
is there like a place we could possibly hide them around in the area?
Sure. Go ahead and make perception checks. Who all wants to do that?
14.
Woo, Ziggs. All right, with Ziggs' roll, he definitely finds a spot that he thinks would make a good place to stow the boats. Somewhere where they wouldn't get swept away if the waters were to, say, rise, and where anyone passing by shouldn't see them and be like, ooh, free boats.
Now, should we?
Also, make a thievery check to
Oh.
hide them. Yes.
Oh no, we lost Punish Bear.
Oh,
Did we?
Yeah,
His
Yeah.
power
his
flickered.
internet's down.
Yeah.
Damn.
He'll be back soon.
Oh yeah, I did
Oh.
forget to bring that up way back when we got started, which it doesn't matter because we're almost out of time now. But there is a hurricane going by me, so I kind of
Nice.
forgot to bring up that if I lose power randomly, it's something that might happen. But
Well, thankfully, we're near the end of the session.
yeah,
Wait, is it making it all the way to Georgia?
Yeah.
yeah, it's currently going past
Passing
Georgia
by.
and it's going to swing back up into South Carolina, which
Oh, damn.
It's going back to Florida for seconds.
which where I live, I'm maybe an hour away from South Carolina.
He's
If
doxing
that.
himself on stream.
Yeah,
Keep
like
it
40 minutes
so-
to an hour from South Carolina, where I stay. So it's been pretty windy all day.
Well, hopefully nothing major happens.
I mean, apparently Florida got fucked up, but
Fort Myer is gone.
yeah,
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. Yes.
that was, what was it, a Category 4 hurricane by the time it hit
5, I
landfall?
think. Or yeah, 4 when it hit land.
So yeah, it messed some stuff up.
Oh, Ben's
Hey, he's back.
welcome back.
There you go. Internet went down. Cool.
Yeah, welcome back. Nothing happened.
Yeah,
But,
we're just trying to figure out thieves check. You said to hide the boat.
A thievery check, yes,
What's
to
everybody's favorite?
actually hide the boats.
All right.
I
If
got
anybody has
plenty.
less than a 7, then don't roll. I'll do it. Ranger, baby.
Yep. I got
Oh, Jesus.
Woo!
25.
There it is.
Nice.
So yeah, after Ziggs points out a good spots, you guys drag him over there, and Anadi kind of does his best and almost makes him look like
Foliage.
a bush, just a big old bush that's growing there. So
Love to give
you
it
guys
some
may
back.
want to make
Put
a
it over.
mental note in case you can't find your
Or
own
should we leave
boats
a
later.
marker or something?
All right. So, we should mark it on the map.
There you go. Boom.
yeah.
Yep, there you go. Boop. Your boats are somewhere in
Put
that
rocks
region.
on the ground in the shape of an arrow pointed towards it.
Whoa.
You've hidden them so well that you can no longer find them.
Yeah.
We
I
lay
look
out
at-
rocks
Yeah.
with the arrow that says boats here.
I look at the map and it noticed that it has a red dot wherever we are, and I put a blue marker on that map.
Completely
So as soon
defeating
as
the
we-
purpose of hiding the boats. But yeah, so you guys stash them away and begin to head out into technically the jungle. And so at this point, we will kind of get into my initial thoughts on how exploration is going to work. By the book, it wants you guys to essentially move one of these grids a day and have
Oof.
a random encounter a day. Not all random encounters are combat based. However, to speed this up a little bit, I thought that we would go essentially in order of how your portraits are. You sort of quote unquote take the lead of where you want the party to go. You will roll a d4, and that's how many grids you make it before we have an actual random encounter. Is that fine with everyone?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So first up to bat is a naughty. So go ahead and roll a d4.
No problem, brother. Let's see. Up, command.
2.
2.
All right. So
Better
you
than
can
0.
take control, I believe, of the red dot, and you
We
can
can-
move it any 2 grid spaces you want.
I can move the blue dot. I cannot move the.
Oh, can you not? Let's see.
Yeah, the red dot does
Okay.
not appreciate me.
I can make a red dot.
I wouldn't be able to control it.
I now see 2 red dots.
Yes.
We are
um,
now occupying multiple spaces at once.
Can you just double click the red dot?
can the rest of you guys
then-
control that second red dot?
Here, let's do this.
Oh,
Make me
jeez.
small.
The opposite of Rita Repulsa?
Sure.
I mean, we still just have the issue where we can't
I'll-
control you.
Yeah. Well, you can give everybody access to my sheet. I don't have anything to hide. I don't think.
Ah,
Or if you just make like a little token.
Yeah,
That's what I usually do.
Yeah, next time I'll just move the token for everybody, and next time we'll have a token for it. So 2
All right.
hits.
boop, boop, boop. All right.
Like a party.
And so, let's see, what region does this consist of? This is technically the beach.
Nice.
And so, what
We
do
find
you
a
guys
Chult
run into?
Big
A
crab.
turtle dragon.
Time for crab.
or a dragon turtle.
All right.
I'm much more scared of a dragon turtle.
On your
Turtle
guys'
dragon.
second day, I'm more scared of dragon turtle. Yeah, he is quite something. Let's see. Oop. Oh, slip past it. Oh, I keep skipping over it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. All right. Boom, boom.
Can't wait till
On
we
your
get there and they tell us they don't need any help.
on your
That
second day of
you know.
venturing through here, since you're leading Anadi, go ahead and give me a perception check.
All right. During that, I'd like to be taking the exploration activity scout.
All right.
So I proceed.
21.
21.
All
Okay.
right. As you guys are venturing about,
I'm gonna be investigating.
okay. Uh, Anadi, you can point out some what seems to be people sort of creeping through the underbrush. When you get a better vantage point to see them, they appear to be some tabaxi, which is essentially another word for catfolk.
Yeah.
They do take notice of you. However, they don't seem really keen on engaging with you, and they are mostly uh, staking to like the wood line.
Do they
And
have any identifying features that mark them of the what's it called? Not the guild. Fucking what's the word? The people that go out and that help people fucking track. My job. I literally forgot what my job was called.
oh, the
Guide?
guides.
Guide. Yes.
Um,
Are they? Do they have any identifying guide features?
Other than they're trampsing through the jungle, no. Uh, you know that all the guides they don't have like a uniform or like a badge
Oh.
or anything. They're just people that like they know each other because they're all essentially co-workers.
Oh.
So they could be guides. They could not be guides. They could just be random catfolk who live out here in the jungle. Seeing that they don't really want to engage with any of you, uh, they don't they don't seem to mean you any harm. You can go to engage with them if you would like, or you can just let them be.
Say we let him be.
Are they heading in the direction we're heading? Which direction are they heading?
They seem to be heading in the direction opposite of you. So you guys are going to Fort. They're sort of headed towards Port.
I noticed. So I will look at. Hey, we could use a little bit of information if you're heading away from the fort.
One of them kind of pokes his head out of the bushes, and they seem to be sort of judging you.
I hold my hands out bare and show that I'm not ready to throw down.
As you kind of like come closer a little bit and like raise your hands up high, you could see another like 3 heads of catfolk kind of poke their head out of the jungle underbrush. From what you
Well.
can tell, they're very jaguar esque in their color pattern,
Sick.
and uh, their adornments are very like minimalistic, very tribal. Uh,
Hmm.
you have definitely have their attention, and you could see them, they can all see you, but there's no real feedback that they understand what you're saying.
I
They just
will
know
use
you're engaging with them.
I will use the Chultian language, which is different than common, I believe.
Yes, it is.
I will reach out to them. Sorry, I didn't mean no offense. I'll use the local dialect.
When you speak at them in Chult, they kind of speak back at you in broken Chult. Like, hello. Is there something you need help with?
Yes. Did you come from the fort a little bit more north of here?
No, we came from Tribe Home. We out here hunting.
Oh. Very well. Do you know if there's any dangers between here and the fort that we should watch out for?
Yes, many dangers. Big stompers, mighty screechers, stinky men.
Stinky
Very-
man. What?
Stinky, not stinky.
Stinky.
Oh.
Oh, he did say stinky. Okay.
Stinky men.
I see. And which one would you say is best to avoid, and how would we do it? Geez, someone let go of stinky there.
Yeah, some stinky men. Big stompers. Stay low, stay quiet.
Thank you kindly. I'll tip my hat.
He doesn't know what that means.
That's fine.
I'll
uh,
wave.
one of them sort of waves back before the other one kind of puts his hand down for him. And if you are done sort of like talking and go to start walking back, the rest of they sort of like skulk back into the underbrush and go about their way.
Well, just some of the locals telling me about big stompers, stinky men, and screechy flyers. So keep your eyes out and active.
And
More dangerous tip.
anyone
stinky.
can try, if you want to try and interpret what any of that means. You could make either
would.
society or knowledge nature check.
I'll do nature check.
Let's roll for it.
Woo!
No.
All right.
I will also make I'll make a society.
Woo!
Natural.
No.
Hmm.
I think he might have said, thinky men.
The thinky men. The opposite of what you guys are doing right now. But yeah, you guys don't really know what any of that means. Just kind of words to y'all.
Well, I mean, they were probably talking about dinosaurs for
I'd
the big
imagine.
stomping, this creature fly thing.
Could be,
But
or it could be
never
something
know.
else.
It's a flying dragon turtle.
So
Jesus
next,
Christ.
hell yeah,
Terrible.
a demonic flying dragon turtle. Next up, we have Ziggs, aka the real life Alex. If you would like to roll a d4, 3, and
That
so
should get us there.
boop,
Yeah.
boop. Yep. So that will put you right. Whoops. Right at the precipice of the region.
And it's on fire.
The whole place is burnt down.
And let's see. Still technically the beach area. All right. As you guys go walking, Ziggs, you're not fully paying attention and you trip over something. You go to look down over what you tripped over, thinking it might just be a rock or a stick or something, but it seems like almost like a small impromptu chest that was sort of haphazardly buried and tried to disguise, like someone tried to hide something. What do you do?
I'll take a quick look around to see if anyone is watching the chest.
You guys
Other
are
than
you guys are a good distance from the fort, so it doesn't really seem like anyone's noticed this thing.
okay, then I'll point it out to everybody. Like, we should definitely see what's in this. Someone obviously tried to hide it.
Agreed.
Um,
Gossip begins digging.
It's not a small chest, but it's not like what you would think of when you hear like a chest. It's definitely like sort of like shoebox sized.
Like a lockbox type of thing.
Yeah, but not quite. It's very crude make. But you open it up, and inside you find uh, a shockingly words. A very shocking looking mask. It seems to be made of wood and is painted, and loose around in the box are what you could call 9 pretty rocks.
Masks.
looking at the mask,
Mhm.
is there any type of check that I could do to try and discern if it's related to something?
You could do society or nature.
I will try.
I was gonna say I could if it's. Can I detect magic? Actually, sorry, I can't detect magic. Can I read aura? Does the mask have a magical aura?
It does not. It doesn't seem to be a
Okay.
magical mask.
I rolled a 23.
All right.
Nice.
So you recognize this thing as a Patiri mask. The Patiri are they're essentially goblin folk, the goblin folk of Chult. For those who interact with them and goblins in other regions of the world, you know that the goblins of Chult, there's something about them that is different than goblins anywhere else in the world. But one of the signifying things about them is they all essentially wear these like little tiki or voodoo masks, and that seems to be how they recognize the different tribes that they are from. And this seems to be a mask belonging to, or once belonged to, a Batiri goblin. And it seems to have these sort of paint designs that makes it almost look like a bird mask.
For sure.
And then,
I
of course,
posted some
goblins
signs.
goblins also love shiny things, so there's 9, as far as you know, just pretty rocks that are loose, shaking about in the box as well.
Hmm. So goblin treasure, huh?
Yep, a goblin cache.
Maybe
Can we
this one
identify-
retired.
Can we identify how much the gems are?
A craft check or a knowledge nature check.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
And I'm rolling high other than society.
So you recognize that these rocks are actually pearls. They're not the
Shit.
best in the world, but they are pretty nice. They are worth 10 gold, or at least roughly 10 gold, to the best of your assumption, a piece.
Total? Oh, a piece.
Yes.
And there's 9 of them?
That's 90
Yes.
gold. Holy crap.
Yep, 90 gold if you can find the right sort of vendor for them.
I will
Cool.
put gem 9.
And then I'll hold on to the mask.
Alrighty. So you have a Batiri bird mask.
Considering it's for the size of goblins, I don't.
So yeah, even though it is a goblin mask, that only because you have identified it, anyone who's seen like voodoo masks know that those masks are pretty big. So like, someone like Goza could probably, if they retrofitted the mask, could probably use it like a shield.
That's cool.
Fucking desperate battle. I posted what the masks like after search in the chat.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Patiri.
It's okay. Well, if my shield ever breaks, I will definitely do that.
Fair enough.
But then after that, you guys walk for maybe another mile or so and begin to make your way to the fort. Dun-dun-dun-dun. And at this point, it is 10 o'clock. We have been roughly playing for about 3 hours. So I will
Damn.
kind of ask again, because I remember Tomko, he said he's not feeling well. Do you guys want to play for a little longer, or do y'all want to call it here for the evening?
Tom also said he had to wake up at 5.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm good to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
I think we're good to go.
Well, this makes a great stopping point then, getting right to the
Yeah.
fort. And
Yay.
so,
I wrote down more notes if people want to look those over.
awesome.
Right.
Sweet.
Well, this
But-
has been a fun game.
If there's anything I missed, let me know.
Okay.
Thanks for running that, man. That was fun.
I hope this-
Yep.
I hope stealing this goblin chest doesn't come to bite us in the ass later.
Goblins.
They're goblins. I mean, I'm sure there's a few goblins inside the city, but I don't think there's any Batiri goblins inside the city, right?
You guys haven't really engaged with them, so they could be. Depends on whether or not those kind of goblins wanted to come live in the city.
Yeah, fair enough. I was trying to use Chultian lore.
The possibility is there, but you don't know for sure.
Fair enough. I don't know everything. I just know. But Can
Yeah.
I use it now? Can I use it now? Can I use it now?
We could save it for the next session.
You gave me a toy. I want to use it. I'm going to use it a lot.
But yeah, I do
Yeah.
enjoy running for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy playing.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Do we level up? Do we level up?
Oh, wow.
No, you guys have
Right.
not leveled up yet.
Fuck.
We got into one combat encounter. Do we level up?
Wait, hey, you've been in one in combat encounter.
I said we collectively this session.
Yeah,
Well,
but we did something else before you.
I
Don't
guess
care.
I should also, just to let you guys peer behind the mask a little more, I'm not using what you would call a standard experience system. So you guys do get experience for more than just combat encounters. What you are actually, just to give you meta knowledge, what you're actually getting experience for is for objectives completed, essentially missions and tasks performed, and how well you perform them. And I doing this mostly to make it easier on myself. With the Pathfinder system already being kind of simple for experience, I've made it even simpler. So for the most part, you guys get 1 point of experience for every quote unquote task you do, but you hit the next level for every 10 experience points. So you guys do have some experience points from the first play session. You have queued a few more from this play session. And so you're about halfway there to level 2.
Now, is it different for each individual person, or is it like
It's not. I know that is more rewarding for each player individually, but that's also more math that I have to keep up with and try to reward. So it's still a milestone basis. You guys will all level up at the same time, because that'll
Okay.
also make encounters easier to run.
Okay.
I cannot wait till next week.
But yeah, if everyone is good with it, next PlayStation should be the 7th. Same time, if everyone's good with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, if anyone doesn't have any sort of I guess final comments, questions, concerns, we will be done for the evening.
All right. Well, sounds good,
All
man. It was
right.
fun playing.
All right.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this storm doesn't hit you too bad.
Yeah.
Good luck.
All
Have
right.
a good night.
Well, yep.
Night.
Good night, guys.
Night, BB.
Night.
Night, everybody.